We are streaming live right now. My name is Iceman. This is the OK Show on Saturday.
Hey, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, my friend. Loud and clear.
Thank you. I have like an idea.
She
I have
was
an
saying
idea for an
tama na yan.
intro.
What?
Yeah, that was the wifey dealing with the kid.
Was that for you? Tama na yan. Tama na yan.
No,
Tama na.
that was back then when I still had my stamina going on. You know, like I still had my mojo. Now it's like, oh, kasi man na magsugod.
Wala pa? Ay, let's see.
Discuss it, tulog. Anyways,
You were saying you have an idea for an intro.
I was thinking an idea for an intro. It's like okay, it's an okay show. Like you go, it's an okay show. You got Iceman, Iceman here, Rod Rodriguez. Hello, that's it. That was it. That was it. And then we'll just get on with the program. Yeah. I mean, because there's this show that I'm sure Jong would get it. There's this show on YouTube that I follow, which I think it was Jong who introduced me to it. It's called The Pedal Show. It's a couple of British guys, and their intro is always just Dan here, Mick here, hello. you know like British people are British. Dan here, Mick here, hello, and then they go on with the show. That's it. Like that's her intro, like the fastest intro ever. Because you know how we take up most of the show with our talk. The intro should be like 2 seconds, but regardless, you know, you'll probably forget it. I'll probably forget it, so we'll end up doing different intros every episode. So welcome to the show once again. My main man, Iceman, and Rod Rodriguez. And our topic. What is our topic, my friend?
Tonight's topic is all about the G's, my friend. It's all about the green. Money, 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 money.
It is. Some people have a lot of it. Some people don't have any. And some people just have enough. And the topic here is, you know, we're not financial gurus. Obviously, we need all the help we can get when it comes to managing, investing, and all that stuff. So this is not that kind of show about money. You know, like 90% of the shows that you see on YouTube or this webinars or seminars that you see is all about like how to make money, how to invest your money, like how to make your money grow and how to make the smart whatever. So we're not that. All right. This is about just an open discussion
on
about
YouTube, and if you're using a VPN or something, and there's this ad coming out, and people would be like, "Oh, kabayan, gusto mo bang magkaroon ng business? Gusto mo bang kumita online?" Shut up!
It's all about
about
money. It's like you know what? You know who's making money right then and there? That guy. Once you click and buy into his scheme or what? I'm not even saying it's a scheme. It's just, you know, his method or whatever. He's already making money off of you. You know, that's basically it. So he's the first. He's guaranteed to make money. Regardless of whether you make money or not, he's guaranteed. He's already made money because you jumped into it. But you know, it's free enterprise, I guess. You know, that's capitalism and whatever you want to call it. But anyways, tonight we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly about money or lack thereof. Before we proceed, I would just like to have a disclaimer. I have my allergic rhinitis attack again, and no amount of money can cure this. Apparently, not that I've spent a lot on it, but it's just one of those days where I sneeze from morning till
histamine or acetrizine.
I know my wifey always like reminds me to take these things, and I am just like so hard headed. And I'm supposed to take like vitamin C every day, and obviously I forget.
Well,
no, I don't want to get.
No,
not yet.
Have you taken
I don't. I would rather take sneeze breaks than get drowsy and like fall asleep on the show. You know.
All right.
Assuming that the allergy.
There are different kinds of medication nowadays. Like you can have those no drowse anti-allergy tablets. That's what I take when I'm in school. If I'm at home, I'm okay if I doze off because I'm at home, so I can just like go to sleep. I have no problem sleeping. But you should have both. Those anti-allergy medicines, which can like make you sleep, and those who can't. So yeah,
So what is
it really
it?
helps,
Like,
man. It really helps.
you sneeze, you cough, you have like
No,
rashes. What's your
I
allergy
usually
thing?
have like I have like sort of runny nose. Sometimes I have a sore throat, and
Yeah,
sometimes my nose is just really itchy. It's just like really itchy over here. This
like
like
outside.
outside over here.
Oh
That's
wow,
my allergy
mine's
symptoms.
inside.
Allergy
Yeah,
symptoms like
mine's out.
outside over here. I'd be like doing this all the
Oh
time.
man,
Then I'd have like
oh man.
a bit of runny nose, and sometimes my not all the time, but if I ever eat like a shrimp or something, I would usually
Yeah,
have that sore
thank you,
throat,
man.
and I'm thinking that I'm coming on with the flu, but actually
Yeah,
it's just allergy. So right, but it
got it.
really helps if you take those
So
anti-allergy medicines.
So we're the
Like it
allergy
really
boys,
helped me.
allergy boys. Except yours, it's outside the nose. Mine is inside, and it's confirmed. It's allergic rhinitis. I remember I used to complain about it during the show back when we were doing radio. Yeah, he does. Back when even my wifey remembers you doing that like all the time. She said
Right.
like did you used to do that? Yeah. So maybe you're allergic to her. But anyway, I hope I'm not allergic to her because I'm always sneezing. But I've always had this. And I noticed that it's a Philippine thing, so it must be dust. I always say it's dust, so it's my excuse to not clean the house. You know what? Back in the old house, when my wife starts cleaning, I'm telling you, it's a whole day affair. Like she'll start in the morning, she'll finish like at around 11 p.m. Like she will like have the house help or a hired hand, helping hand to help her out. And Raj and myself, or back then it was just me. I would go to the mall and stay there until evening, and I would just text her, "Babe, you done? Are you done? Are you done?" Because she will like literally remove all the curtains, clean up everything,
Right.
and that was a big old house, so it got really dusty. And we lived like right in
Not
front of a
yet. All right,
main road.
let's
So
watch a movie. Are you done? No, no.
yeah,
Okay, let's watch
exactly,
another movie.
dude. Raj, I would watch a movie with Raj. We would like Raj would be like, "Papa, I want to go home." I'm like, "No, not yet, not yet. They're still finishing the curtains or they're still cleaning up the room or whatever." So, and we would get home thinking it's all done, and all the furniture is still there in the living room, all the like the
Right.
beddings and stuff. So, and
Right. You walk in
and
and you're
it's
like, "You're
just
not
like
yet done?
you know,
Ano ba to?
you
Kanina pa
know,
ako
and she's like,
naghihintay. Kanina pa
she's
ako
like, "No, we're already done.
Stephanie."
We're done.
Then
I'm kicking you
she
out
would
of the
look at
house."
you.
She's actually
She
kicking
would
me
look
out of
at
the
you
house.
and she'd be like, "Time sa nakikatabang."
Kuyaw ka ha, kuyaw ka ha. Amo ka.
Sorry sir
Binabayaran
ha,
mo
sorry
ako?
sir.
Ha, reklamador? Saan bayad ko, ha? Ha?
Sorry
But
sir. Sorry sir.
I think she said that. She probably said that like maybe a couple of times. But anyways, it's just it's an excuse to make. But before we rant on and stray from the topic, let's talk about money. But let's give shout outs to people. Hi to my Rebel, our Suki, our ka-okes. What would you call them? Ka-okes? Ating mga ka-okes
Let's say
yan.
Jolo, but hey, whatever. Yeah.
Ka-okoks.
Ka-okay show. Mga ka-okay show. We start to sound like
Mga
those
okay
guys from
peeps.
YouTube.
Mga
It's like, oh, mga kabayan. Oh, mga ka-okay show. Gusto niyo bang
okay
kumita?
peeps. Oh, hi
Sampal, gusto mo?
guys. Oh, mga guys. Mga guys. You have that sound effect, going on. Whoa.
Tita,
Whoa.
tita, tita. Oh, man. I never got the hang
So
of using
predictable.
those. So, yeah, some shows like they have that and they
Because we
use
didn't
that.
come from a massa radio station, dude. We never did that
Dude,
crap.
I'm like,
Like, I'm nothing
man,
against massa
we
radio
have those
stations, but we
sound
just never
effects
did
and
that crap.
whatever. I mean, right?
Yeah.
Anyway,
The crystal
Jeffrey,
laugh track.
Jeffrey is present. Patrick's present. Joe Boy's present. What's up? What's
Of
up?
course. Of
Gabby's
course.
present, of course.
Of course.
Cocays.
Mga
Mga
cookies.
ka-cocays.
Mga cookies. Mga
Okay ka, okay.
Okay ka, okay. Okay, mga ka-cookies natin dyan. What do we call them, man? Mga ka-okays, okay peeps, ka-okay, mga okoks. What the heck do you call them, dude?
Do not ask me. Why are you asking me? You're setting me
Sige.
up again.
Mga okay
right?
peeps.
You're setting
Mga
me up.
ka-okay.
Okay, because
Ka-okay show?
What? Mga ka-okay show, see? I don't know. Ka-okay show.
No, it's our
Mga
fault.
ka-okay
It's our
dyan.
fault. It's our fault because our show title is kind of like hard to have a connection to, like make it sound cool, like so ka-okay. Maka-okay na lang, maka-okay. Okay peeps. Okay peeps. Let's say okay peeps.
Okay
Or
peeps.
okay peeps.
Okay peeps.
All right.
Our okay peeps.
That's it. Let's get that over
There
with.
you go.
Officially okay peeps, okay? Or okay, whatever.
Giant
All right. So anyways, we'll talk about money. So tonight we're going to talk about we try to dissect it from our based on our personal experiences, based on the feedback from our friends on board,
Oh, I
joining
got a
us
new
on the
mouse.
show.
I got a new mouse.
Whoa, dang, that looks high tech. What is that?
It's just
What is it?
It's a generic mouse. It's Infic. Okay. It's I got it for 1,000 yen, 1,199 yen, 1,199. Yes, but it's those new slimmer mouse with battery inside. You can just like recharge it using like a charger.
Oh,
so I just
show off show off your mouse day to day, pala. Here's my mouse.
See, that's a new one because I've been using this for the longest time now. I had this since what, like 10 years ago, 10 years ago. This is like a Logicool mouse, which is like really well, it's not obsolete,
but it still works. It still works, right?
It still works. It works perfectly fine. Yeah. But it's just like so big.
I think that's Logitech. Is that Logitech?
No, this is Logicool. Logicool, and it's a wireless mouse. But then can you just like see the difference? You're using you're using a slim one, yeah? Are you using the Magic Mouse from Apple?
Yeah, it's a Magic Mouse. I don't know if
that's expensive. That's from Apple, yeah. That's from
Apple. But you know what?
That's expensive.
My son uses this to play his game, so I'm like, I cannot have him use this because it's it's more expensive than the usual mouse.
Did he clicks like crazy. The MacBook Pro?
No. I bought this separately. I bought this like a while back.
How much was
that? I don't remember, dude. But just a little bit. No, cheaper than a lot of the gaming mouse out there. Because I checked out some gaming mouse because my son has been asking me for a gaming mouse.
1,199 yen. What are you talking about? See, 1,199 yen. This is about those are different. 500 pesos.
No, but the gaming mouse, those are different. Those are like they have like a certain shape and they have like 1,000,000 clicks per second or something. Like they're
so do you use that for gaming?
No. My son started using it for gaming, and I'm like, hey, don't use that because that's the only mouse that I have. I don't know if other mouse will work with Apple products or whatever. But so I got him a mouse, and this is what he uses now. And it's tiny and it's kind of fat, but it's by Logitech, and it's he's been using it for a while, and it's super tibay, dude. So I actually it's very comfortable.
Even Logicool.
Yeah,
it's been a decade now. It still work. It perfectly works fine, but I need a slimmer one.
Patrick's like,
one. So I got this for
dang, Rod,
1,199.
That looks like the same profile as it looks like the same profile as a Magic Mouse, though. Yeah, Patrick said, "Damn, Rod, your son can stand playing with a Magic Mouse." You know what? I don't know. These kids can play with anything, So he wasn't really complaining, but he was asking me for like a gaming mouse, a certain brand. What was that,
Patrick? Brand? FYI, they can eat it for breakfast. No problem. They can eat it for breakfast.
He wanted a certain mouse, and they checked it. Yeah, go ahead. Mm-hmm. Go ahead. Anyway, I checked it. It's expensive, so I didn't get it.
We get MJ joining us. Hey, Rod and Ice, how are you? I think, I'm good. Rod's good. We're just talking about mouse or mice right now. All right, so
I have my allergies, so pardon me.
Slim mouse from Amazon, so it's only 1,199 yen.
Yeah,
but we're talking about
nice.
money.
It's like
so
it's got a good profile.
Money, yes, we are. So it's all about money. So
Joe Boy started
getting this cheap because I don't have that much money. I
but
think I have
for me,
enough. This is what I can afford.
So you went with the cheap one, but the quality wasn't compromised. I, on the other hand, I'm not the type of person who's like,
it has find 4 the cheapest stars. One. Not bad.
Yeah, I know. So the quality was not compromised. Quality was not compromised. So you do your homework. You're not the type of person where, if it's cheap, I'll buy it.
Today, so I don't know.
That's also not practical. Yeah. You'll find out. We'll find out. But I usually get a product that's like, I always get accused. Like ever since I was still in the US, I remember staying with my aunt, and I would be like asking my mom for certain brands of jeans or whatever, and they would go crazy because they think it's expensive and whatever. It is. I mean, even Levi's. Like I remember. I think asking my aunt for a pair of 501s back in the States, and this 501s back then was like $50 US. And you can get a pair of jeans for like $99.99 if you go to like Ross Dress for Less, if you go to the cheaper stores. And so the Levi's one was like that's about $100, right? Oh no, it was about $50. So that's 2,500 pesos. Well, maybe back then it was cheaper because of the rate. But anyway, And my aunt would like I think she subscribed to this magazine called Raj, quiet, Raj. I think she subscribed to this magazine called Consumer Reports, and they do their tests, they do their rankings, they do like the best value for your money. And she told me to check out that magazine because it had the ranking of the best value like jeans, denim.
Mhm.
And I kept saying it was Levi's. I'm like, Levi's is the best because it's a good quality, it's a good brand, it's not really like fashion thing. It's one of the first denims in the world, double stitching, whatever crap. And my aunt's like, go check it. So I checked the Consumer Reports magazine, and you know what number one denim brand was based on quality, based on value for money, based on I guess the lifespan or prolonged use or whatever feedback. Do you know what brand? I think they tested
No.
Levi's, they tested Pepe jeans, they tested a lot of other jeans. They didn't test Jag because Jag did not exist in the US. Or Bunny jeans.
Right.
They didn't have Bunny jeans in the US either. There was no Frigo or
No Frigo.
But anyways, yeah, Frigo was not in the
No
US.
BNY, no Frigo. Oh my god.
No BNY, no, none of that stuff. No lives, no lives, no lives jeans. But anyways, the number one, according to Consumer Reports, back then, this was the 90s. I was still in the US then. The number one in terms of value was Wrangler. Wrangler came up as the number
Wrangler.
one. And I'm like, those are like cowboy jeans. Those are jeans you wear if you wear boots. But my aunt's like, no, but that's the best value jeans. And like, I wouldn't mind wearing Wrangler, but for me, it's like I kind of associated
What?
Wrangler
You don't mind
with like
wearing Wrangler?
older people.
Dude, I mind.
You don't like Wrangler?
No, here's the thing. My dad bought us Levi's. It was Levi's, but it wasn't the right number. It wasn't the right number.
Yeah,
we
the
didn't
fit,
wear
right?
it.
The fit,
My dad was so mad. He was so freaking mad.
Okay.
He told us,
Okay.
I'm just gonna give this out to the neighbors. He told my wife, hey, day, ihatag ni sa mga silingan, buisit ni mga bataan eh.
Okay.
Those were his exact words because we didn't want to wear it.
Yeah.
Because we were like, right. Oh my God, this is not the Levi's we were asking for. And my dad was like, what? It's Levi's. I'm like, yeah, but this is not the Levi's we wanted. It's a different number. And he was just like so pissed. He was like, give it out to the neighbors.
What's your favorite fit? What's your favorite Levi's jeans fit? I'm 501 all the way, man. I mean, I know people who say, oh, kasi mahal and it's button fly, but no, man, it's just like just a perfect fit.
I don't know.
But
now I know.
There's 505. There's 503.
No, I think Levi's
521
I don't know,
is the like
silver tab. What's a silver tab? What kind of fit the silver tab?
Oh, silver. Okay, so silver tab is kind of. I mean, I don't know if it's specific fit, but I associate silver tab with a specific type of fabric. It's thinner. It's a bit softer than the denim. Dexter says Turil made Levi's. Yeah, I know. There's a lot of those local Levi's.
Right?
521 is
the
like
numbers are being thrown out here.
fit.
521, 511,
512, Mega Black, Gold
right?
Dust.
So here's the thing. I love those jeans from Giordano, the loose fit. I think that really fits me well. So I love that fit.
Okay.
If I wear jeans, I wear those type of fits. So
you don't like Wrangler,
I remember. I know, dude. I did have a Wrangler that was patahi somewhere in trading. So it was, like, all right, I want Wrangler, and it sucked, man. So it sucked. Back then, I didn't know what to wear. Right. That was a time when I was like really young. I didn't know about fashion, so I just went to this sastre and like, all right, I want to have Wrangler. like jeans, and like, what kind of jeans you want me to make you? I'm like, all right. He asked me if I wanted Levi's or Jag. And I was like, well, a lot of people wear Levi's and Jag. I was like, I want to be unique.
So they have all these, they have all these tags, right?
Right. Yeah.
All
like,
these tags.
I will go for Wrangler. And dude, that really sucked. So right after that, I was just, like, really picky. But then now I think it's loose fit. Those loose fit fitting jeans, they fit me well. So now I don't mind. Like I don't mind if the fit's good. It's fine with me. I'm a
501 guy.
Big on brands anymore. But
I mean, like
back then, Levi's was so big when we were like.
In fairness, like I don't own a pair of 501s now. My jeans are all Gap. And your sister-in-law, Bam, can attest to this because she would always see us whenever a Gap has a sale because she was managing the Gap store at Abriza before, and every time it's a sale, we go there because I always like my wifey knows I like Gap. I like their jeans. I like their fit. So I used to always go there. Now that she's no longer there, we don't go there anymore. Like I don't buy Gap stuff anymore. But all my jeans are Gap. My wifey's jeans are Gap. because there's a certain fit that I go for. I don't know what the number is, but Levi's is just too expensive now, man. Maybe it's about 7,000 for like a
Dude, I just
pair of
stay
like
away from
501. It's
jeans
too
these
much.
days.
It's too expensive.
Come winter, they're
Levi's is
very
too expensive.
cold, and in the summer, I
501.
just wear shorts. So I don't have I
Yeah.
only have one pair of jeans, which is a Uniqlo.
Yeah.
Because during winter, I don't wear jeans because it's really
Yeah. Because
cold.
it's
It
really
is
cold.
really
Yeah.
cold. So I have those like Uniqlo
Thermal.
winter thermal stuff, So I don't wear jeans
Yeah.
anymore because it's just so
Yeah.
cold.
Nag-close na ang Gap. I'm not sure if I think Gap's still open at Abriza. I know the Tommy Hilfiger closed. Dude, Tommy, that's so expensive though. I mean, I kind of get it, but
It is. Even their perfumes
I
are
think
expensive. Their
I think
t-shirts are
Armani's
expensive.
still yeah, I went in there like I went in. It's a nice store, so I went in there like, okay, Tommy Hilfiger. Like that's not even my brand, but I like the Tommy Hilfiger cologne. But that's not my brand when it comes to clothing. It was never my brand. I know there was a time when it was so popular. Then I went in, and my wife and I were checking, and I looked at like a polo shirt. Dude, it was like 3.5. I'm like, okay, get out of here. Moonwalk, moonwalk time. like, and Lacoste. I mean, you know, my dad's like, because I remember I would always tell my dad like, hey pa, you still have any Lacoste, whatever, and he'd always tell me, my Lacoste shirts are the made in France ones. I'm like, aren't they all made in France? But that's like, no, they're no longer made in France. He goes, the ones that I have are the made in France ones. So there's actually a difference. Like the older Lacoste shirts were like made in France, and apparently like some of them are made in Mexico now, made in Vietnam or whatever. So you see it as being more accessible, and you see more people like when I was in the States, I went to a Lacoste store, an outlet store, and they were selling Lacoste shirts for like for $100. So that's like $30 each, right? Roughly, yeah, like about roughly $30 each.
We're talking about t-shirts here. We're not talking about those.
No, polo shirts. Polo, the polo shirts. What? For $100 at the Lacoste outlet. Yeah, in Citadel Mall. Right. This was in San Francisco.
It's pretty cheap because Japan they don't they don't go down that much. Like I've seen them like when they have sales. I think you can get it for as cheap as probably $60 or $70, but that's like 70% off. That's already 70% off. But it's not cheap.
But I think Japan probably still has. Maybe they don't sell the Mexico ones or what. I don't know because I think there are tiers to like Lacoste shirts, but
I buy that, like I go to Ralph Lauren. I always wait for the sale. So once it's already fall, they sell those Ralph Lauren polo shirts for as low as 8,000 yen. Because usually they cost around almost $200. So this would be like around 80. So that's like $80. So more or less that's like
it's too expensive for me. Ralph's too expensive too. I like Ralph, but I like Ralph. I like.
But then I only buy one each year. Like if it's when summer's done, when summer's over, it's already like fall, and they have it on sale, like 8,000. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna wear it next year,
man.
You know why? Next year,
because we're polo guys. We're polo guys. Like if you have to dress fancy somewhere, it's like we wear a Ralph shirt or you wear your Lacoste shirt. Like that's basically it. That's dressing up for us already, right? We're the polo guys. So of course you need that. You're Iceman for you work in Japan. You worked hard for your money. I mean, you deserve to have at least one good shirt a year. I did my shopping when I went to the US because I don't really go to the US all the time. So I was like, okay, outlet heaven. But anyways, we're talking about money. So we're talking about the clothing here, all right? So we're talking about little categories of where money can be good, where money can be bad. So let's talk about money. For starters, let's read the message of Joe Boy. Joe Boy said, money, save a little and live a lot, or save a lot and live a little. You know what? True words, my friend. True words. Now true words. Like it's true. You save a little, but then you're spending, but then you get to enjoy, I don't know if you enjoy spending, but obviously if you're saving up, you can't really live too much of a life because you're saving, you're scrimping on the food you eat. You're not taking the travels, your trips. You're not going on any out of town trips for vacation. You're not eating at fancy restaurants. You're not experiencing, amusement parks and all that stuff because you're saving. So you're living a little. That's kind of what it means. But then again, if you save a lot, I mean, if you don't have any savings or you like to spend your money, then you experience a lot of like comforts and all these like good things. You go to concerts, you drive fancy cars, you have a big house. but you have no savings. So you very few people can actually have both. Where they're living the good life,
And it
they're
really
eating the good
depends too,
food.
though, because like for example, you're saying like, okay, driving fancy cars and whatnot, but there are people like with their jobs, they can't even afford to get a car. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
But
That's true.
still, they can still live a lot, even if they can't buy those expensive cars or if they can't
That's
eat at
true.
those really fancy restaurants. They can still live a lot because I am coming from that kind of family. Growing up,
Yeah, yeah,
my dad
yeah,
didn't have much. My mom didn't have much as well. Like growing up,
yeah,
uh, but I think my dad lived like large in terms of like he was happy. He was a happy guy.
yeah, yeah,
He wasn't happy
yeah,
when he died because he got sick, but I think up to the
yeah,
point before he got sick, he was just a happy dude. He was like, I think he
yeah,
was good. You know what I'm saying? There
yeah,
are people who are like
yeah,
still alive at 70 or 80, but I don't think they really lived life to the fullest. My dad did.
yeah,
We didn't have
yeah.
those cars. We didn't have those,
So
like
he's not all
expensive
about the
stuff.
money.
But
He's not all about the
it's
money.
not about the money. It's very important though. It's very important though because I think on his part, it was sort of like convenient for him because he didn't want to have the stress. You know what I'm saying? Like he has three
Yeah,
kids. Then my sister came along. Then he had four. Um, he never really thought of like money as well. Money, yeah. If it comes, then it comes. I mean, he's not a lazy guy. He would find ways to make money. You know, legally, of course. And then if there are times that if there are times he can't really make a buck, he would just like, all right, that's fine. Let's not let's not eat fancy, or let's just eat two times a day.
Does he
No,
get grouchy? Does he
no,
get
he doesn't
grouchy
get
if you
grouchy.
didn't have
Like I
money?
told you that
Okay, that's
one time
good.
when
That's good.
when he talked to me about like not enrolling the
Yeah,
second semester of my senior year. He was just like, all right, we don't have money, so well, you'll just stop college for now. I'm like, what? I only have one semester left. What are you talking about? Like, well, I don't really have any money right now. I'm like in my head, like, dude, find a way. I don't care. My
yeah, yeah,
enrollment's
yeah,
up in 3 weeks. He was just like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah, yeah,
well, what do you want me to do? Rob a bank? Why? I won't do that. Like, well, I can't pay for your tuition. So, yeah, I mean, just stop for a while. I was just like, no. Then I went to my mom. Then my mom was like, no, don't listen to your dad. He's stupid. But I think my dad, he wasn't pressured in doing like in doing something about it. But my mom was just like, how moms are, right? Like
They
she would
find a
look for
way.
something. Yeah, they
They
find a
find
way.
a
Like
way.
someone ako
They
maprenda
find a
galing,
way.
like,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah.
I
They
need to
find a
pawn
way.
something or whatever. So
Yeah,
then I
yeah,
managed to, like enroll that semester, and I finished my degree and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, I had those conversations with my dad. Like, oh, I don't have money.
yeah,
Like, kwarta, just like stop. It's like,
yeah,
what? Are you
yeah.
crazy? But yeah,
To be honest, dude, that's like you say that, and it's like it's a part of your life, and like I can't even say like, wow, I'm so thankful that I never had to go through something like that, because like I did go through something like that. Like I'm very
you're
fortunate.
lucky.
I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate that the the elders before me in my family kind of paved the way, but like I said, you can't really have everything. I mean, at least you had your dad to tell you he can't send you to school. You know what I'm saying?
He's
Like
there in
I
front
could
of
go
you,
to
right?
school,
Like,
but my dad wasn't there. What I'm saying is
you want
like
to hang
you
out?
really can't have everything. You
Hey,
know what I'm
son, you
saying?
want to hang out? I can hang out with you, but I can't send you to college. Sorry about that.
But I can't send you to school. And then I get a phone call from my dad like once a year. He'd be like, actually, I don't think my dad really sent money for school. I think it was still my mom was sending me. I think my dad would just send money, but he wasn't specific about like it's for school. Like like about money, he would talk to my mom about it. Like they'd have their discussions, and I wouldn't know how much he sent. I wouldn't know how much, but he would definitely kind of hand it to us personally, or make sure we get it personally. If it's like a Christmas present or a birthday present, it's usually a toy. So but growing up, I had two lives. So I grew up partly with my grandmother as a kid, and then I grew up with my dad as a teenager, and those were like totally different environments altogether. Being with my grandmother, it was like I was the king of the house. I remember going to like Felcris Sales was her favorite grocery, so we
Right.
go to Felcris Sales. It was just myself and my lola. My two
Mhm.
sisters were with my dad already. I would freaking fill the grocery cart. We're talking carts here. This was like even before baskets. Like it's only now that people use baskets because people don't have money anymore for the groceries. But back then, it's like everybody just had a cart, and I would fill that up with anything I would see. Like if I remember seeing a commercial for Reach toothbrush, remember Reach toothbrush? That toothbrush that's
Yes.
like angled
Yes.
and like has a
Yeah.
small bristle.
Yeah.
And I always thought that toothbrush could really be bent, like you can bend it and stuff. So I went and grabbed it and bought it. And that was like imported. That was expensive. I mean, it was
That
like
was
I
an
could have just
expensive
gotten any.
toothbrush.
That was an expensive toothbrush. So I was just like, I remember getting Reach toothbrush. I remember getting
I
like
remember reaching
big,
for that toothbrush. Then my mom would have to like pack again.
yeah,
Not that one. Okay,
dude.
sorry.
I just grabbed it, put it in the cart, and then I remember you know how kids would be like freaking out if they get one bar of Cloud9 or Big Bang or something. Dude, I grab a whole pack, like the dozen. I'd get a box like with like a dozen
Wow,
Cloud9s
you are
in
a
it.
king.
But,
You live like a king.
dude, I was the king. I was like,
Do they call you the
get it.
Majesty? Like your
And
Majesty?
then
Do they call
hot
you that?
dogs.
Your Highness?
I-
How do they call
no,
you? At
they
home?
stand up
Your
like this.
Highness.
They go, huh?
Your
I'm kidding,
Highness.
I'm kidding. But I mean, I was more of a dictator than
Your
a king,
Majesty.
really. But, but anyways, like hot dogs, right? Like back then, hot dogs was like a big thing. And now like they have this like crappy brands like Winner and like these like brand that has no brands that you put in a soup pot and like you don't know what the heck
Right,
these colorum hot
right.
dogs are, the colorum
Right,
hot
you have
dogs.
those generic ones.
But back the colorum ones. And the kids can tell because when they're eating it, they're like, "Di
Mom,
malipyo
is
po."
this rubber?
Sa man mga karton na red.
What meat is in this hot dog? Are these cats?
It's you know what I'm talking about.
Are these actual dogs? Are these
You know
actual
those
dogs?
hot dogs? The colorum hot dogs I'm talking about? Those are the same hot dogs they sell with the isaw at those sidewalk stalls.
Right.
That's the same freaking brand. It's like tag 5 na hot dog stick. Dude, you eat that, you're like, there's no hot dog flavor whatsoever.
Really? Are you sure?
But anyways,
Maybe
like, I
it
remember
tastes good.
I could choose. I could
All right.
choose. No, oh, maybe you bought the good ones, but like I could choose between Swift and Pure Foods back then, and there were like other brands.
Right.
But I opted to choose Swift, and I always got the big bottle of Tang because it
We
had a
always go for
free
Pure
toy
Food.
inside, like a Ziggy. I remember
Right.
I collected Ziggy. You remember that Ziggy figure that you put as a pencil topper? Dude, I completed
Right,
the set
right.
just buying Tang. And when I get home, I would pour the whole
Wow.
Tang in a bowl because the Ziggy was always at the bottom of the bottle. So that's how
Right.
privileged I was back then growing up because of my Lola.
Wow. Your Majesty.
Because my Lola,
Your Highness.
she didn't spend on anyone else but me.
Well,
There
you
was
were a
no
prince.
Yeah, I was. I was the heir. I was Prince Charles or Prince William, or wherever I was. So,
Oh.
and then I moved in my dad. And then all of a sudden I'm like, all of a sudden I was like on the top tier. And all of a sudden I'm like, boom, like bottom feeder, like because I had younger siblings and they were the priority. And, like I was no longer with my grandmother, who I was the apple of her eye. And I was living with my dad, who I did not get to spend any time with. So he wasn't very familiar with me and my wants and my quirks. And I adjusted and I adapted. So I've been on both ends of the spectrum. But, I'm not saying that I was like dirt poor.
What Rod wants,
still.
Rod gets. That's according to Jetboy, who grew up with this guy. So now I believe you.
Yeah.
I believe in Jetboy.
He knows.
What he wants,
He knows.
he gets.
He's witnessed it. He's witnessed it.
Did you ever call him
Yeah,
His
he's witnessed
Majesty
it.
or Your Highness?
He knows
you ever
that. Like
address
every
him that?
time. Like I wanted Timberland. And I would never like buy it outright because like I would probably wouldn't have the money. But Jetboy knows like I would eventually get it. I wanted Tag Heuer watch. Like Jetboy knows like I won't have it like tomorrow or whatever, but I will eventually have it. And I was just very fortunate and blessed. And I took those. I did not really take them for granted. I was never like the kind of guy who was like, oh, I have this thing, I'm gonna have more. No, it's like because my family wasn't the type who would just like give it to me. Like for some reason, may discarte involved. It wasn't like I know some rich kids, and we know some rich kids. We have rich friends who like literally they can ask their parents, "I want a sports car." Boom, the mom would freak out and just find a way to buy it for their son because their son might throw a tantrum. Never. Like I never had a boom boom car. I had a hand-me-down car. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying if I get stuff that I wanted, it wasn't because I was being bratty about it. It was I kind of had to earn it. But the bottom line there is, I have a different perspective of money as you, right? And I saw that with you early on. I would always see that with you because you always have that fear of like, shoot, I don't have money, but the thing with you, dude, was like you were more graceful than I was. Like it's not about not having money. It's how you carry yourself during these moments? Like, nagbumukha ka na bang yagit? Nagbumukha na bang desperado? Are you scamming people already? Are you already? No, you never came to that point. I'm pretty sure there were times during our radio days where you had 20 pesos in your wallet. I don't recall you ever borrowing money from me. Mao borrowed money from me all the time, and he's a freaking conyo kid.
Right. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I didn't have it in me. I didn't have
It's
it in
like
me.
you never borrowed money
Up to
from
this
me.
day. Up to
And
this
I'm
day,
pretty sure,
I don't
dude,
do
and you
that.
knew we had like money. You could, right? Siguro ikaw pa utangan, right? Because because you could fool people into thinking, well, Ice is so well dressed. Ice carries himself well, but see, you never had to look like a pauper or a beggar. And I think the thing with money is, it can serve you, or you can serve it. And it's so obvious when people are the servants to money. It's so obvious. These are the people that scam people to get money. These are the people who are one day millionaires. I just saw on the news, I think it was GMA or TV Patrol, there was this guy, right? He was a friend of an OFW. Pinagkatiwalaan ng OFW sa negosyo and properties niya. The OFW literally handed all the money and all the reins to the business. The OFW was working hard abroad. Dude, winaldas 3.5 million pesos. I think the business went bankrupt or whatever. The business folded. And you know what the guy's reason was? Na na na-addict sa online sabong. Online sabong, dude. This guy had the freaking audacity to gamble, spending other people's money and an OFW. So can you imagine if you're like an OFW, you're sending this money thinking your money has multiplied, and then you come home and like, what? I've heard stories of like OFWs working as like domestic helpers in Dubai or Hong Kong. Ang kapatid pinadala ng pera para bumili ng tricycle, para may sari-sari store, whatever. She comes home, she realized she sees her family in debt. Asan yung tricycle? Asan yung ano? I mean, and that's what I'm saying. It's like, these are the people who are slaves. These people, you can give them 1 million, you can give them 100,000, you can give them 10 pesos. They will find a way to spend all of it. So, if you're shocked that naubos yung 3.5, can you imagine if the OFW gave him 30.5 million? Ubusin din na yun. Online sabong. I mean, I'm like, it's like, why? You have a different, Ice, let me ask you, what does money do for you? What does money do?
Money.
What is money for you? What is it?
No, it's for.
I'm sure you want
it.
I'm sure you need it. What does it bring you? What is your goal to like? If what does it equate to you?
I mean,
do you want to? You just want to have a lot of paper with you? Like, do you just want stacks of it?
No, I never really thought it like me. It's more of I need to have a living so that I can, provide for my family. It's or for myself. Back then I didn't have a family. It's more of I've always had a family because but the thing is it's more of like I need a living. I don't need money. Yeah. I need a living. How people always like sitting pretty. That's not my goal in life. I don't want to be sitting pretty. I want to earn a living. I want to be able to do something that would make me earn and support whatever it is that I need to, to survive from on a day-to-day basis. All right. So it's
of course,
it's more of like that. So money is, I never thought of money that way. Like, I need to stack up money and put it in a bank so that when time comes, I don't have to work anymore. No, I'm thinking like, if I could work for as long as I can, I would work. I have no dreams like, I just want to retire. Like, no, if I can do things until I'm old, like the same things that I'm doing now, and if I can still earn money through that, through that kind of work,
or you still don't have enough? I mean, do you have enough? No,
I don't think so. No, dude, I have a little bit of, not enough to like. No, dude, I like if I lose my job right now, if my wife loses her job right now, I don't think we'll last 3 months. Like, we have a bit of money. Like, yeah, that's like good for 2 months.
I'm not saying
in Japan,
of course, you're always gonna try to earn more, but do you have would you know if you have enough, or are you like
right now we have insurances and whatnot? That's like that's for also for our retirement and whatnot. But we are investing in these things, so we don't have like savings. Our savings now
it's never enough.
is in
right?
the insurance that we have. So it's never enough.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
more of like
yeah. Where
I need
people
to
were
be
like, it's never
working,
enough.
working, working, working. So I can't
Like, people
be
like Bill
I can't be in a
Gates, people
situation where I
like,
can't be working.
yeah,
Right. So
people
I don't
like Bill
really
Gates,
think of
people
money.
like Mark Zuckerberg. I'm pretty sure we can easily say, okay, maybe they have enough for a lifetime. Maybe their children will have enough for a lifetime. People like Jeff Bezos and all
Probably,
those
yeah.
guys. Yeah, we can easily say that. But they're
But
still working, right?
I
But maybe,
but
but
here's the thing.
but like, but what do you equate it with? I'm sure for you it's to settle your obligations, right?
Yeah, it's just like
That's
for my day to day. It's like, to
yeah,
survive. That's basically how I
yeah.
see money. To be able to
Okay.
have a house I can live in, to be able to have
So
food on the table, to be able to,
that's good,
trust
man.
myself, my kid. That's it. But in terms of like
So if
I
you
want to
had
live
like
large, I don't want that. I just want to live comfortably and be able to do the things that I want. Like for example,
that's the
like
word.
send my kid
That's
to
the word.
which word? I said a lot of words. Which
Comfort.
one?
Comfort.
Comfort, yeah. Just
Comfort.
be
Comfort.
comfortable. That's it.
That's it. That's it.
I don't
Exactly.
want to
Like
have
with
too
money,
much.
like
Just be
if you
comfortable.
no,
Yeah.
we would want too much, but we would still just like kind of. I mean, get it yan. It's like it doesn't mean you have $100 million. You have to live that life. You know what I'm saying? You just there's a limit. I mean, like for you, naka-aircon kwarto mo, you drive a car that runs well and is comfortable, fairly comfortable. Your children are not going hungry. You have money saved up. I mean, a lot of people will probably say, "Oh, you're just settling for that," because what do these like financial gurus or money making scheme people always present to you? They're always like, own a sports car. They're always posing right next to a Lamborghini or something, or they're always like wearing a suit or something like that represents what money can bring you. It's like, but yun yung ambition mo, and you're presenting it to people who barely have a home. You're presenting it to people who has holes in their sofa. You're presenting it to the people whose refrigerator won't close, and you're telling him that if he has money, he'll buy a Lamborghini. You're not a financial guru, man. You're going to be the first person to influence them to spend all their money and waste it all. If you're a real financial guru, you would tell them to put their money where they can invest it. You should tell people to first invest in a home. Tell people to first invest in real property. That's a financial guru. If you see somebody offering you wealth, you can be money, and then he's posting next to a Lamborghini, dude. If that's the first thing you would buy if you had money, dude, forget it. Right when you drive that Lamborghini out of the car dealer, that's depreciated already by how much, and you're done. That's like, what are you going to do with a Lamborghini? That's the first thing you'll buy. You have a Lamborghini, you have a nice tuxedo, you don't have a home, you don't have investments in real property, you don't have food on your ref, you don't have an educational plan for your children. So
You don't
what
have
I'm
a grand
saying is,
piano. You don't
you
have a
don't have a grand
fireplace.
piano like me? Look at me. You haven't seen
No
my Lamborghini yet?
No
Nope.
fireplace.
See,
Look at
like,
Rod.
like I said, we're not financial gurus, all right? I surely am not a financial guru because thank God I've been blessed. It's like I never had to like scrounge for money or whatever. And I think the beauty of it is also it's like I was never really like I never came to a point where I was always preoccupied with it. I knew it brought me comfort. I knew it would bring me things that I wanted, but I never really forced anything. I mean, even like with the property that I inherited and that we sold and whatever, wherever I got my money to buy this house with or whatever, not this house, but the house the real house that I have, not this imaginary house. I never really like forced anything. I never like, it's just kind of like for me, if it's free, it's for you. It's like the lottery. If you win the lottery, you win the lottery.
Right.
Don't force it. Don't scam people. Don't kill people to get money. Don't wish death upon other people. Don't, you know, if it's for you, it's for you. If you're not meant to have a lot of money, there's a reason for it. Maybe if you had a lot of money, you'll do bad things with it. You'll be a jerk. You'll be a dickwad or whatever.
Probably.
It's like, what can I get? Because maybe your happiness is elsewhere. Maybe it's not money. Maybe it's in peace of mind. Maybe it's in good health. Maybe you'll live longer than the people who have money. And I think that's the problem is like when you go online on social media, the first thing that people see is people flaunting their wealth.
That's true.
And that's the first thing people do. It's people flaunt their wealth.
All right. Okay. So let's go to the messages.
How do you get wealth? Money.
All right. How do you get wealth? Probably some of our listeners have an idea how to get wealth. Let's see.
We have a lot of messages.
Burgos.
Yeah.
Money.
Read the messages.
Change topic. Pera, change topic.
Remember that song, Ice?
I
But you know the song?
Yeah. What song?
Buti pa ang pera may muka, pero ang muka walang
Walang
pera.
pera.
You remember that
But
song?
money change
Buti
topic.
pa ang pera may muka,
May mukha.
pero
Bakit ang
ang
mukha
muka
walang
walang
pera?
pera. Ang tao
Ang
nga
tao
naman. Remember
nga
that song? Oh, ang
naman.
tao nga naman. Ay, what is that
Tao
song?
nga
Remember
naman.
college days?
Mukhang pera.
I yeah, that's it. I think that's it. I think that's it.
Tao mukhang pera. But the thing is, when you're saying these things like money change topic, it's either you have so much money you don't want to talk about it because people would borrow money from you,
Oh, you
or
have no money.
you really don't have any money. Which one is it, Dexter?
masakit.
Tell us. All right, Patrick. In terms of saving money for the future, I wish the Philippines have a comprehensive social security program after retirement. It pisses me off whenever I hear SSS is in debt, have a budget deficit, or corruption scandals. Imagine working for 40 years of your life to only get 2,000 pesos per month on your retirement days. 2,000 pesos would not cover your basic needs when you are all medicine and
True that.
like all of these other things like food and shelter. That's really true. So that's why I've decided to settle here in Japan and pay my
Patrick, do what my mom did.
Social Security.
You know what my mom did? Like
what?
She's been in the US for so long, right? She's been in the US for so long, right? But she has like Social Security here because she worked as a teacher, before she was a teacher. So she came back and she claimed like 160,000 pesos one time, like because of her all in claimed stuff. But this is like how many years that she didn't get anything? You know what I'm saying? It's like
but the thing is she doesn't really. Well, she needed that money, but compared to the amount of money that she's getting from
sabi nga nila,
the US
pang maintenance lang daw ng retirees. It's not enough for maintenance.
No,
it's not enough.
It's not. So that's why I decided to live here, pay my Social Security insurance here, and like if ever I'd retire in the Philippines, at least I would still get the money from Japan, which is a better amount compared to how much we're getting at home.
Remember Murray? Murray, my mom's like ex-boyfriend.
Right, yes.
Well, he passed away years ago. This American guy, Iceman, met him. Good, nice guy. He retired, came to the Philippines. Actually, decided to buy like a nice house here and settle here and everything. My mom just didn't want to, and he said he did a computation. He said, Rod, I can actually live off my pension, my Social Security because like he has enough to live a good life here.
Yeah,
but that's him. He's American, so he's gonna get his money from the US.
Okay, Milo was talking about like there was an artista was asking for money on social media because of online sabong. Who was this artista?
Oh my god, I know. I'm thinking about it. There's this new thing now called Leica Gems. Have you heard of that? Leica Gems?
No.
I don't know what that is. I don't know what that. There's like
anyway.
It's
If somebody knows,
I don't fall for that stuff.
Tell us. All right. Oh, is online sabong illegal?
Yeah.
Is it the same with the electronic horse betting? I forgot the actual term for it back in the day. All right. Okay. Online sabong. What else? Rich people becomes rich because they save. Poor people don't save. Kaya ingon nila dili daw na madala sa langit. Yeah, I've heard this before. Di ba na madala sa langit? Come on, gastos na.
All
right.
You know what I usually hear from like financial gurus? It's like don't save, invest. Because if you save, like that. But then again, I don't know. We'll talk about that later. Let's continue the message.
Okay.
We'll talk about
money
that.
Can't buy happiness, but it can buy a Lambo. That's close enough, according to Jong. Well, of course, it's really close. All right. Maribeth is saying that's why you live within your means. Well, that is really true. It is the same band that sang Multo sa Paningin. Yes, it's the Youth. Of course. My thoughts exactly.
Was it Green Department?
Di palibre ang healthcare.
Like
No.
Department?
No, it's the Youth.
The youth? Okay.
Yeah, the Youth.
Okay.
Are you not?
Yeah, get them confused. The Youth, Green Department.
You're not into Pinoy Alternative? Rod, you're not.
Dude, I know Green Department. What are you talking about? I know Green Department. That's like deeper than the Youth.
And you're not into Pinoy Alternative?
I know, I get them confused. Okay, hold on. Green Department is Miss, right? Miss sa loob ng jeepney. Okay, that's Green Department. At saka yung
whatever.
Yeah. See, you know that stuff.
Shampoo dye. Okay, investments.
Okay.
For retirement protection. Okay, my thoughts exactly. Joe Boy, are you talking about like working abroad
Japan?
And tension
Japan.
in the Philippines. All right, so that's probably it. Yeah, Minko. Oh, Minko. Hey, what's up? What's up? Yeah, investment for retirement protection. We have Jong. That's Pen Medina's son. Nangayo og kwarta. Holy crap, Pen Medina's son. Oh my
What?
God, Pen
Because of
Medina,
online
really?
sabong?
Holy
What, he got
shit.
hooked on online sabong? Dang,
Holy
man.
crap, man, that's embarrassing.
Like
Yeah, Pen
like a
Medina's like a yeah,
gem.
I like that guy. Like a gem is a payment system using gems. Imagine SM Advantage points, but you can use it with their partner establishments, not just in SM. I'm still
Okay.
confused. All right, so Minko,
Yeah.
do you
Or you just
have?
use money.
Are you a member of this one, or are you one of these
Probably.
guys? Do you have like a gem? Bitcoin. CJ says Bitcoin. Yes, the youth. All
Yeah,
right,
it's another
teeth,
one.
luck, luck. Of course, yes, teeth, luck, luck. What's up with the names of the band? The
Yeah.
youth, teeth.
Jong,
John,
don't
don't
rely on
rely
the
on the
government.
government. Live within your means. Find a way to generate passive income. Invest. Live a little. But here's the thing,
Yeah.
too. I mean, yes, we do not rely on the government, but Social Security should be one of those things that they should look into because in Japan that is so important. Social
In the
Security,
US too.
because this
In the
is
US too.
like we have high cost of living here. So when you retire, they have to make sure that you get enough to be able to handle these expenses like shelter, like your monthly expenses like electricity, water, food, right? Then your health as well.
Yeah.
All right, when you're past 70, you get more. Now, I think if you go to the hospital, it's like 70/30. So that 70% the insurance, then you pay 30%. But once you reach 70, I think you only pay 10% when you get to 70. So you like
Yeah.
the rest of like I think 90% the government pays for it
Yeah.
and 10% you pay for it. So I
In
think the
Canada,
premium is
it's
70.
also they're also
I know
very good over
Canada is
there
like
because
completely
like
free.
you
Their
yeah,
healthcare
I
there is
know. Like
completely free.
my
Canada's
brother-in-law
like
lives
100%.
there. It's like, you know,
Yeah, it's
it's like
100% there. I
they
think
were
they
able
have
to buy a
better
house
healthcare.
in like a couple of years,
Mhm.
like just like less than 2 years, I think. They bought a house already. It's like, really? I
Healthcare,
mean,
I think they're better than Japan. Like
in
it's like
Canada.
100%,
Canada's good
right?
healthcare.
In Canada,
Yeah.
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 Um,
Education. And the kids
Pinoy
get
Bato. All
allowance.
right,
Your
okay.
children get allowance too.
Yeah,
Pinoy Bato I
we
think
get
is
like
no. Philippine Violators is the Sikat na si Pedro, right? Sikat
yeah,
na si Pedro,
yeah,
sikat
Pinoy
na si, you know,
violators.
musikang
Okay,
bato.
Minko is not using Leica gems. He said he doesn't use it, but he knows about it. So, right, so he doesn't use it. All right. Anyway, that is true, Ice, and I hope that happens. But my point really, is you can only directly affect the things you can control. All the rest, don't leave it to chance. Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah,
I agree with
good
that.
point.
Don't leave it to
There's
chance
a game
because
right now called Axie that uses cryptocurrency to earn money while playing the game. Yeah, I talked to Mao about that. I saw Mao like recently, and he told me like he was into that, like doing Axie and stuff. But I think you have to outright invest like 70,000 pesos to get like a
holy
player
crap.
character to play the game. Yeah, to play the game, you need to spend 70,000. I mean,
Hell no!
here's
Like to
the thing.
play a game, you need seventy
Yeah,
thousand pesos
you need a
to be
character.
able to
You need a
be
character to
in.
fight with or play with. But you need the character costs like 70,000 pesos. And you know what? I've gotten all these
This is
offers
a
left and right
travesty. This is a
before pa.
travesty, Rod.
I have I have friends in
What is
Amway. I
this
have friends
insanity here?
in Causeway. I have like, you know,
I
like my
can hear
best
Ronnie
friend
Nathaniel saying
and
this
you
right now.
know,
This is a travesty.
it's a
70,000 pesos.
travesty. Okay, did you ever? Okay, let me ask you in your lifetime, have you ever invested in any of these? I mean, we're not none. We're not saying any of these are scams. Okay, we're just saying these are an alternative way to earn. All right, like passive income, so on for or maybe being your own, you know, running your own business, like you know. Not pyramid scheme, but you know these like groups that you can join and then you get their products and you sell it. Have you ever? Did you like usually
I've not done that.
there there's some 2-5 lang, diba? Like you attend a seminar or something, they explain it to you.
I've
Like,
not done that.
oh
I tried doing
yeah.
that. I don't think I have the gift for that.
Why
So
why you think? Why? I mean, you took up marketing and everything, right? You know how sales works and everything. You
I
do
just
the
don't
you know the
believe in it.
theory of it and
Maybe
everything. I mean,
some people who believe in
okay.
it,
Yeah,
like people who believe in it, they make a lot of money and they can, I mean, if you're passionate about it, you can have good results with it. But I'm not passionate
okay.
about it, so
So
that's why I'm
so
not in it. I'm not saying that's
it
bad. If you have the
it,
gift
it
for it and if you believe in it, it's fine. But me, I
it's fair to
I I, I know
say,
the
all
concept.
right?
I know the concept, and
You
yeah,
do, of
that's
course.
good.
You're a
But
marketing guy.
it's not just for me. It's not just for me. So I invested in, like I told you, like I have, like like for insurance, I have these insurance. That I've
Yeah.
invested there. It's a sort of investment. So I have that for my daughter and me and my wife, like a life insurance that's also like for retirement, sort of that kind of plan. But when if you ask me about these things where like sort of
Yeah, magkape
Amway
tayo.
or like
Magkape
Forever
tayo and all that,
Living,
right?
yeah, or like
Yeah.
those Uno, like no, I've never invested in these things. My cousin
Okay.
is a really, really, really what do you call this? He has this vast experience in terms of like
Yeah.
networking. So he's with
Yeah, yeah,
Uno.
yeah.
So I think he's like one of the top tiers. But that's his thing. So I don't want to bust his balls,
So it's
but
like a
it's not just for
diamond
me.
club or something, like a diamond member. Like
Yeah.
they have these
But we
tiers.
would always tease him like, "Oh, can you buy us coffee?" And he would say like, "No." I'm like, "You're showing me your checks. You can't even buy me coffee. What the heck?"
Okay, okay. Yeah, they're
Kapitais.
getting checks left and right. No, but we're not mocking those things. Okay, I'm saying I've seen real success from certain friends, and they literally like retired or not retired, but resigned from their jobs and make it like a full time thing. Doing these like networking whatever things, and it works for them. Like you said, if they're dedicated to it, they have that network of people that help them earn that money. It's good for them. It's just like a sari
I
sari
mean, my
store. Not
dad was
every
an
sari sari
insurance
store will
guy.
belong.
My dad was
Yeah,
an insurance man. He
and you
goes
did
door to
sales.
door to sell
You
insurance.
did sales. You did sales
I
too,
did
right?
sales. I
Yeah.
tried insurance too,
So
but I was not as good as my dad. I mean, he was really good in insurance. He had so much clients.
yeah.
Maybe I didn't do it for a long time. If I did try to do it longer, I would probably be good at it. But I know, this is insurance. This is not like a networking thing. But
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, in terms of like sales, I've never really tried, like life
So
insurance, but it could have
so
worked for
it's
me.
fair to say
Could
that
have.
we're both like from different backgrounds in terms of like financial. Because I mean, you've been in situations where you were in dire need of money, and you really like you didn't really just run to a relative and say, "Hey, send me money" or whatever. But you never got. I'm those. I don't want to say you got desperate enough to like join these networking stuff. So it's not necessarily like because you don't need the money. Because that's what something that people might tell me, like, oh, you're not going to join that stuff, Rod, because, these are peanuts to you. You're not going to earn money from them. I'm like, no, it's like Iceman went to a stage in his life where he didn't have money and it wasn't for him. And I think it's the same for me. I think so whenever I get invited to these things, I tell people, all right. And they'll say, oh, it's only 2.5. I'm like, you know what? Bigyan na lang kita ng 2.5 kung kaya ko, but I know I'm not going to push through with it. Like, don't make me commit to it, because you're not going to get anything from me. I'm going to be the worst downline. I'm your downline that's going to end right there. Like I'm literally just going to buy the products, use it, and never
What I
like
just
do
don't
anything
like
about it.
about these
Not
things
be-
is they try to trick you into joining these networking. Like that's when you lose my respect when you try to do these things, right? I'm a
like in
marketing
what way?
major.
Like in what
I
way?
know you
Like in what way?
need gimmicks to get people in the door, but not that way. Like for example, there was this one time that I have this friend who was I didn't know that he was already in that network business, right?
Oh,
And
okay.
back in the
Yeah.
day when we were like younger, like maybe sophomore year or junior year in uni, we would see each other outside, somewhere during Saturday nights, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. Yeah.
those select days or
Yeah.
Victoria Car Park days and whatnot.
Yeah.
That what was that club at Victoria Circle, Calzada and
Yeah.
whatnot, right? So this was like
Yeah.
senior year, like I think after senior year, right? So I think a year after
Yeah.
senior year. So we already
Yeah.
graduated. Then he was like texting us like, "Bye, Brad. Asa mo, Brad?" Blah blah blah. And like, "Oh, kita tabay namin mga chicks," stuff like that. Like,
That happened to
sabay
me
ta kay
too.
wala, yeah, like, can you help us
Crap.
entertain these chicks? Like, all right, okay. I was just like, it was out of the blue, and
Magic
yeah,
word, chicks.
I know chicks,
Magic
right?
word,
So like,
chicks.
so they were probably trying to look for your weakness, and they were like, "Bye, chicks." I was like, "All right, okay."
Ay,
So
wala ka
we
na ilan.
did.
Manyakis nandiyo ka ba eh?
So we did go, me and my friend Master Yoda. So me and my best friend, we went there and boom, there you
Yeah.
go. It's a networking thing. And I was just
Yeah.
so pissed. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, come on, man. I mean, don't trick me into, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I lost respect for that guy. I mean, I like that guy. He could have just like, hey, are you interested in like doing a network business? I'm like, you could have just like asked me. Because you know what?
Dude,
What's your point? You get me in the door, I'd walk out of it. Like I'd
it was
probably be
worse for
polite and
me.
whatnot, but then I would just like
For
walk out.
for you,
I
it
wouldn't
was a
come back.
friend who told you my chicks. For me, it was the chick. And dude, I'll tell you off air who it is. You'll be surprised
All
who
right,
it is.
okay. All
She
right.
was one of the like really crush ng bayan, and she's much younger. She's probably your batch or a little older than you.
All
I
right.
don't know,
So the
but
chick
she's like
asked you to come. All right. So you
yeah,
got
she's in the
duped.
government now.
All
She's in
right.
the
I
government.
am
So I'm
gonna
not gonna
get
say
some
it.
action
Dude.
tonight. Boom.
She invited me.
Gusto mo
Okay,
bang kumita
I
ng
remember
pera?
the place. She invited me to Casa Leticia. It
Oh
was like one
man,
of their
shit.
function rooms there. I went there, dude. Went
Oh
there. It's
man,
like, hey, I just wanna
that
Christine
is
join
terrible.
me. I'm attending something. I went there, dude. Boom. Right when I walked in, there was a projector screen. There was a projector. There were these guys who were wearing these suits, but really don't need the suits. You know,
You
they're just
got
trying.
conned. I got conned. John got conned too.
We're
All right.
all
Okay.
like,
Go on with the story.
I mean, okay, well, I don't think we got conned because I didn't really join. So I didn't get conned. I just got conned into spending my time there listening to this
Right.
crap when
Dude,
I,
2 hours.
already
That's a
knew I
lot.
did
Two,
not.
3 hours. You could have done some of the
Yeah, which,
things. Well, all right. Anyway, so you
yeah.
were
I mean,
there, right?
yeah.
You were
Yeah,
sitting
so I was
down.
there. I was there. And, it's, I guess the best part there was like I got to spend like 2 hours, or not maybe an hour and a half with her or something, sitting there. So that was the best part. But after that, it's like, we never saw each other again. She never really like called me or did anything. It's like, I guess because I didn't join. But the bottom line there is, I don't know if we were we
Did you hate
conned?
the
Like, because
chick
you felt
after?
like you were. No, I didn't really hate her, but it was like I felt like okay,
Did you lose respect?
no,
Because I lost
but
respect for
the
that
good.
guy.
No, the good thing. The good thing was all the other guys who were there were like a part of this like new business thing that they were introducing, right? So at least there wasn't any other like Ateneo guy like me, who she also like, like she didn't invite like 10 of us, because I would have known. Like if I sat there, I'm like, we did him too. She specifically like invited me. So that might have been the 10th time that she went there, and I was the 10th guy. But at least she kind of respected me enough to like make sure that she just invited me so that it was just the two of us sitting next to each other. And I was the only one that she was entertaining as like this new person that she was
Was this Forever
introducing to this
Living or
group
was
of
it like
people.
different?
No, it wasn't Forever Living. It was God, I'm trying
Like
to think what it
Amway? It's not
was.
even Amway, right? Not
I don't even
Amway.
know. I don't even think this took off.
Okay, what was the product?
I don't know.
Was it like?
I think
Was it like
I think it's one that
perishable
involved
products or
Paulo Bediones. I think it involved Paulo
okay.
Bediones or some sort. I'm not sure what it was, but
It's
I
not
think
like those
Paulo Bediones
bracelets, right? Nothing like that. Are they perishables like coffee or soap?
or those necklaces that
Oh
make you balance
like Tower
yourself.
Balance. Yeah.
The bell.
Not those, right?
No. This was
There's
before
like
that.
so many stuff.
This was before that.
All right, okay.
Yeah, this was before that. No, it wasn't that. The anting thing or
Pendulum or pendulum or whatever you call it.
We're not knocking anybody who's into that, or if you brought that in and believed in the product.
No, we're
then,
just
that's your
we're
thing.
just sharing our stories.
That's your thing
About like how we got caught into attending these things. There's nothing wrong with these things, but please do not do not trick people into like for example like by night chicks, and I'm like chicks. All right, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna meet chicks. Then when you get there, I'm like, holy crap! I was like so disappointed. I was just like so. I wasn't mad or anything. I was just like disappointed, man, and I lost respect. I mean, I liked that guy. I really liked him. I really liked that guy. But then after that, I was just like, man, I still like him.
Let's change the topic.
I was like,
Let's change the title. Money is not the root of all evil. It's women. Women, they're the root of all evil. Chicks, they're the root of all evil, man.
He used that because that's what it would take to get me in the door. I think that's what he was using. I think they were told to like, oh, what do you think will get them? Like women? Do you think money or cars? It could have been like that. But then he probably knows that my weakness is entertaining chicks. He didn't really say that we're gonna fuck chicks or whatever. He just said like, can you help me entertain these chicks? I have visitors. From somewhere.
For you, that was a turnoff. For me, the turnoff with these things is that they promise you like they exaggerate it, like it's so baloney. Like they're not realistic about it. They're not like, hey, earn money so you can like send your kids to school. Earn money so you can pay off your mortgage. That's not what they promise you. They talk to you like you were born yesterday. They literally tell you, hey, gusto mo mag Ford Raptor? Gusto mo mag Lamborghini? Gusto mo makatira sa malaking bahay sa Camellia or whatever crap? It's as if they tell you, as if it's just like they can do it magically. As if it's something like walang effort, sa bahay ka lang, mag-text ka lang, I mean, for me, it's like, hey, be realistic, all right? At least tell people, okay, do you want to earn, extra thousands? Do you want to, You want to? Could you use extra money, pambigas, or I mean, realistically, right? I mean, don't have these like promises of grandeur that people can like take a trip around the
Okay,
world.
here's the thing. You know
Mag-retire
what?
ka ng maaga. I mean,
These things
come
they
on,
say,
man.
like I'm not even
Don't do
like
that crap.
yeah, like right. You get mad at these things, right? Me, I would look at it
That's what turns me
in
off.
a different perspective. I would say like, yeah, you have a point. Like, yeah, they're right. If you really want it, if you really work hard for it, if you're really like this, like you would make these like
No.
20 or 30, 40 sales calls. This is a numbers game, right? So you can probably get those things what they promise if you just like do that work. If you just do that type of like effort. If you exert that type of effort, you can probably get all these things. But the thing is like, don't trick people into, you know what I'm saying, like getting them in the door and use
Yeah.
other stuff like
Yeah.
women or
Yeah.
cars, or just tell them like, oh, I have this thing, like just. But then I know like people will just like turn you
Pero tayo
down. But
talaga
then that's the
babae
way
eh.
it is,
That's our weakness.
right?
Babae
Nice.
talaga weakness natin, dude.
I was just like,
Iceman,
dude,
Rod, may babae doon. O tara.
I just don't want to be tricked. I just hate that. And Jong, no, not my crush. This guy that I was classmates with, and we hung out a few times somewhere. Bumped into whatever, like their barkada, my barkada. It was like that. But to use that, and you're like, all right, so we're gonna see some girls and we're gonna entertain them, go out and like have fun. But then they dragged me into like this. Oh, gusto mo bang magkakotse? Gusto mo bang magkaroon? And it was just like, yeah, I want,
Yeah.
but that's not the way I want to get it. I can apply for
Yeah.
pharmaceutical rep job,
Yeah.
and I can get a car,
I
and
feel
that's
so
fine.
bad
That's
for
that's the way I want to go.
they're like sheeps being led by a wolf. I mean, I feel bad for these like these middle-aged women. We're thinking they get all excited and they're like, they get magchichismisan sila. Uy, magkakutsi na mi. Uy, makapalit na jud kukuan. It's like they present all these like, oh, si Mrs. ba nakabakasyon na sa Australia. Come on. It's like and then they have they'll have these like events where they give out a car, like a free whatever Vios or Altis or whatever. And the person who won it is probably like the secretary of the freaking person who owns the freaking business. And he's like, that's their company car, but they're going to present it as like a prize or something. And I'm like, for hitting a sales quota or something. I mean, for me, it's like, don't take advantage of people's, need for money or desperate need for a better, stature in life. And don't exaggerate it. Give them an opportunity to learn from the business. Maybe that's the promise. Maybe the promise is, hey, worst comes to worst, you learn about this, this kind of business, or at least you learn about,
That's true.
I mean, the sales business. Don't promise them a Lamborghini. Don't tell them gusto nyo ba magaganyan. I'm like, come on, people are not born yesterday. But sadly, there are people who are like that, like in the provinces. Like I hear people say, uy, silingan na mo, naka-Raptor, naka-Navara. Sa kwanto ba? Sa ilang kwanto ba? Kini-appeal to. I'm like, first off, did they pay in cash? Next, did you even check? All right. I mean, is the ORCR in their name? All right. Because that car could have just been a loaner from a person trying to put up that thing there, and he's setting everybody up. It's like it's almost like these false religions, where they have miracles set up before they come in, and like all of a sudden they're the Messiah or something. It's the same freaking baloney thing, and they prey on people's ignorance or lack of education, or like I said, desperation for a better life, and that's for me. I think where money becomes twisted. Okay, so let's go back to talking about money.
All right. Okay, so do you understand what Marcus is trying to say here? Like, tama si Sir Ma'am, may pagmuhatag na lang og kwarta sa nag-invite kay sa mga pila ng mga networking. Labad.
I think I mentioned something like
what?
No,
just give money to the one who invited?
No, because I mentioned something like,
you, or you invited? Like what?
Like if somebody's gonna invite me and like someone's gonna like, hey, there's a business, it's only 2,500 or it's only 2,000. I'm like, okay, so the 2,500 I can just like spend and take a chance at it because it's only 2,500. 2,500 is already like a box of milk for my son. 2,500 is already our cable subscription, our internet subscription for a month. 2,500 is already what? A full tank of gas. And if I'm gonna spend that because you said it's just 2,500, then I didn't make any money. I lost money, and you're promising me that I'm gonna make money and I'm already gonna lose 2,500. You know what I'm saying? So because I'm not going to push through with it. But the bottom line is, I think that's what this person's saying. It's like, let's not make a short story long. The bottom line is, you want to make money off of me. You want to use me to generate income for your top boss. That's basically it.
Right.
And promising me that I will make the same money that he's going to make. But the bottom line is, at the end of the day, all the income will be siphoned up to him because he's the founder and the creator of this scheme. You're just a minion. He can shut it down anytime. He already has his millions. You're done,
Yeah.
So anyways, let's talk about money.
FO means what? Like fuck off? Fuck off agad yan in my book. LMFAO.
Probably.
All right.
Probably, yeah.
Okay, just got invited into one for Usana, but what she told me, it was for a drop shipping home-based job. I sat in front of the computer for almost 3 hours. What's Usana? What are the products there?
I don't know. Probably like Better Living. I don't know. We don't know. I mean, you'd be like, baligyan siguro ni sabon.
No. No, this was Forever Living. All right, this was Forever Living. And it's like, I have nothing.
The one you attended?
Living. I know. Yeah. There are a lot of people from Forever Living who made a lot of money, and that's good for them. But it's not just for me. What really got me was like tricking me into going over there. Yeah, I was like buying a chick. I was just like pissed. I was just like disappointed. Not because there were no chicks. I mean, there were like chicks everywhere.
It was a sausage fest. It was a sausage fest.
I mean, but the thing was, it was they were all
promised. They were all promised that my chick.
I would be. I was getting ready. I was getting ready to be. How can I entertain these girls? No, it wasn't like I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have girls and I'm gonna have like sex tonight. No, it wasn't even that. I was like, all right, I'm gonna, how to entertain them, how to, like be a really good, a host. Like you had talked them into like, hey, what do you need? What do you want? You want to dance? You want to go to a bar? And I just got invited to this, like, whatever, like this, it's Forever Living. So I was just like, oh man, it was just like disappointing. So friendship over? No, we're not really friends to begin with.
You're barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah. So it was just like, I just lost respect for the guy because I'm like, like every time I see him, the next time he invites me to other things, I would really doubt it. Like if he legitimately like invites me for his birthday, I would probably not go because I don't really know if it's his birthday or not. If there's like something, if there's
it's like the boy who cried wolf.
Agenda. Yeah, exactly. Right?
I get what you mean. Right. You're right. Okay. It just paint a bad picture about the person when they do it that way. I'd rather have it like honest, like, by meron kasi kaming business na ganito. Baka interested ka lang. Like you might wanna just go there if you have time. Pero okay lang if you don't. Ganun na lang. I'd rather. Diba?
I would probably I would probably like, I'll give you a chance. I'll go there. But
I can't promise anything.
I'll say yes to your invitation. I'm not going to promise anything. I'd probably end up not joining, but I would go there with not with a heavy heart, and I wouldn't lose my respect. What
about these insurance? This free insurance scheme. They approach you or they call you. I always get these calls. It's like I always get these phone calls on my phone. I don't know where they get my number from. They go, "Hey, Mr. Rodriguez, meron po kayong free insurance worth ganyan-ganyan. Pumunta lang po kayo sa office namin, sir. And then, ipilapan nyo lang po yung sir. Tapos, pag pumunta po kayo dito, sir, meron na po kayong 1 year worth of ganitong insurance, blah, blah, blah." You know what? And I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna go there and find out that this is like, you're just getting me to commit to something. And then you're gonna... So tell me the details. What free insurance? Ano lang, sir, ganito. Ano lang, subscribe lang kayo sa ganyan. I'm like, okay, so there's a catch, right? And for me, it's like, it's like, hindi nakakausap ba? You know what I'm saying? That situation where somebody takes advantage of you, naisahan mo yung tao, pero yun lang talaga yun, naisahan mo lang. You're not gonna get anything from that person ever again because they're gonna feel like how Iceman felt. He felt deceived, like, I mean,
I felt
even
deceived.
If it was just his time, it's still his time. He felt di nakakausab, and I think I'm the same way with money. It's like, if I have a friend, you're still my friend. But if we have any like if there's anything that's money involved, like a business partnership or a loan or whatever, and you kind of like showed your true colors because of money, then I'm not going to have anything to do with money.
It's so different. Right? It's so different with these old school insurance people, like with my dad and like his friends. Like they would like tell you, like, I'm an insurance guy. You need insurance, you let me know. Anything that you need for cars or whatever. If you have questions, you ask me. Then they'll give you the card, and they won't, like they won't like sell you into other bullshit, like other BS. It's like, I'm an insurance guy. I'm your guy. If you need insurance, I'm your guy. Car, life
Yeah.
insurance, retirement insurance,
Yeah.
whatever. Like I'm with this company and whatnot. Like yeah, like Bonnet and Milky, they shifted from
Yeah.
being in the pharmaceutical business, then they
Yeah.
moved into like
Insurance.
the insurance business, which is actually very good. So yeah, I mean these people
Yeah.
they will not
They
trick you
found
into like
success in it.
yeah. So you can just like
No.
hey, I'm into insurance. Like if you listen, we'll tell you what the benefits are,
You know,
and like
the
everybody needs
late
insurance.
Milky, he's one of my best friends in college, like later years of college. He was one of my closest friends. But not once did he ever like call me or approach me or present to me or force me or coerce me or threaten me or,
Exactly right.
use friendship as a tool to like, and I have a lot of friends in insurance. And, here's my thing. It's like, like my wifey, she has like a Manulife. I have an AXA and whatever, not much, but, um, I have this thing where I kind of fear. I have this phobia about getting involved in money matters, even stuff like that with friends. I know people will say, "Oh, supportahan mo dahil friend mo," but you know what? There are more friendships that were destroyed over money than friendships that were made. All right, or built around money. And besides, if money was the foundation of a friendship, how would you know if that's authentic? Like, how would you know if your friends that you acquired when you were rich are your real friends? I mean, like you had money, they find comfort in you. You have a purpose to them. They can milk you of money. I mean, it's like Pacquiao, the Pacquiao complex, right? I mean, pretty sure Boo Boy is probably his only real friend, and maybe Freddie Roach, because I don't really see Freddie Roach, flaunting wealth or whatever. So I'm sure he has that, but I'm pretty sure Manny Boo Boy is the only person he can probably say he's my real friend. I mean, he's acquired many. That's what I'm saying. It's like what Khabib said about Conor McGregor. He said he said money doesn't change people. It shows who they really are. So it's not that Conor McGregor became arrogant because he had money. He's always been arrogant. He just couldn't be arrogant because he didn't have money. So nagka-power na siya, nagka-pera na siya, boom, he became a jerk. I mean, no offense to Conor McGregor fans, but this is Khabib's words, not mine, all right? So I'm just saying it makes sense. Money doesn't change people. It shows your true colors.
Right.
Hindi ka
I mean,
yumabang
look at
dahil sa
Manny
pera.
Pacquiao.
Mayabang ka talaga, right? Yeah, look
Exactly.
at, look
Like
at Manny Pacquiao. You talk about money? That guy's got money. Did he change?
no, he never did. He's
No.
like, all right.
Hanggang ngayon, tinola pa rin ang ulam. Di ba?
But that's the thing, yeah. So
Kamunggan.
let's read some messages here. Okay. Don't get me wrong. This is from Joe Boy. I respect the grind of everyone, pero kung saplitan, ibang usapan yan. Lalo na kung kaibigan mo. All right. So Rod's point about, getting in bed with your friends, like with money, and sometimes it doesn't end well. The guy that duped me into joining the seminar was a friend. Nagsorry naman after, lol. He never did it again. Oh, good for you. Jepoy, alam nyo sa akin kayo mag-invest, yayaman kayo. Ha, ha, ha. There you go. Ha! Do not trust this guy. Based on your
Okay.
experience, Rod.
Patrick,
All
did you
right.
read this? Okay, hold on. Read that first. Based on your experience, Rob, and heard about it.
I talked to the
Talked to the guy
guy
to
to
pay
pay
up,
up,
but nothing happened.
but nothing happened. All right. Okay. So you were saying about Patrick?
Okay.
Okay. Chavit?
Yeah, he
Are
says
you
here in
talking about Chavit? All
Australia.
right.
What's that?
Okay. No, no.
What's that?
I have not. I have not read that. All right. Go. Go.
No,
Go.
no,
All right.
I don't know about that friendship. I don't know about that relationship. So I can't be specific. I'm just saying. I'm
Okay.
just
Here it
saying
is.
if yeah. He says in Australia it's different. There's this thing called the super fund. The employers take a portion of your salary and remit it to a super fund provider. The super fund provider will do something to it in order for it to grow. Once you hit your retirement, you will receive the returns of your super fund as your retirement money. Not to mention the free healthcare for Australian citizens. All right. So always remember though that no matter how big this company or organization may be, there's always kind of like a clause where they're not guaranteeing anything. It's all still up to the market. Like my sort of insurance or investment thing where I invested in this, like, because they have certain tiers. So they have one that's like safe. It's like a secure kind of stable market that they will invest your money in, but the returns are low, but it's secure. Like these are companies that won't fail. And then there's also like this super tycoon fund where it's risky, but the returns are high. So I went with that, because like it wasn't a lot of money. So I just went with that. Like, if I'm just gonna get like small returns, it's kind of like simugal ka na lang din. Sugarin mo na, sagarin mo na, So I did that, and I checked, And there was one time where like I really like lost money. Like I was like, dang. So I wanted to pull the money out. So I spoke to the agent. I'm like, hey, can I pull my money out? I was like, sir, if you don't need the money now, or you're not like, desperate to, whatever, maybe you should hold on and wait, because this is how it is with this kind of investment. It fluctuates, and then it goes up and it goes down. And, so maybe you should just wait till it goes up a little bit, and then maybe you can get your money then. And wise words, wise words, because I waited a couple of months. She said it was because of COVID, whatever. A lot of the investments are really down. So I waited, and, it picked up. So, I mean, if I had pulled out the money then I would have just had a loss, a bigger loss. So I think, like, I don't really know how to play the market. So I just like listen to experts and so on. But the bottom line here is, that super fund, it's something I think I recommend. I'm not an expert, but I recommend, if people are going to invest in stuff like this, please don't invest your retirement lump sum money. Invest expendable income. All right. Like instead of bumili ka ng motorsiklo na pang joyride mo lang, okay, invest mo yan sa ganito, right? Like that's my take. Don't invest your kids' tuition money. Don't invest your mortgage payments. Don't pull out all your money. See, that's the problem with money, is that people become so ambitious and greedy that they're already counting their chicks before they hatch. So yan ang nangyari sa a lot of the investments. That's why a lot of people like went kaplunk, because they're all like wanted it big, like this is a sure thing. May nakita silang yumaman, sila din yayaman. Boom. Did anybody expect COVID to hit? Did anybody expect some of these investment things to actually turn out to be a scam, or that the people behind it ran off with your money? No, nobody foresaw that. Nobody predicted that. So if it's expendable income, you can live with losing the money that you would have just spent on something that wasn't a need anyway. More of a want. But pag ginasto mo na yung pambayad mo sa bahay, ginasto mo na yung savings ng pamilya mo, ginasto mo na that's freaking different, man. And worse is you spend other people's money, like that guy who got hooked on online sabong. 3.5 million. How do you lose 3.5 million online sabong? I spent 300 pesos at Time Zone. I'm freaking out already. I'm like, damn it, I got to get back my freaking 300 pesos. So I'm trying to shake this machine with like the piso coins that are about to fall.
Right.
I'm like,
you can never get it back.
So you're not gonna.
It's gone.
Gonna get my money back.
You put it in, it's gone. Bye, baby. That's it.
I spent 300 pesos with Raj at Time Zone.
I think Raj is the already. Point. I'm like you did not touch these things. These money for other things. You do not invest these things, right? But like if you have that little bit money for, it has to be like an expense. If you want to make investments, that should count as an expense. Right, like this is for my investment right here. This money has nowhere to go, just for this investment. Right, so maybe that super fund is that sort of thing. Like, all right, maybe $20 or whatever. Like every payday, then you kind of like like pull it or whatever. I don't know how you do it, but it sounds to me like it's like that. So what Rod is trying to say here is like, don't do something drastic, like this money for your kids, college education or something. Then you just like, all right. Because of a whim, I'm like, oh, maybe I'm gonna make money out of this. I'm just gonna, roll the dice with my daughter or my son's college fund, and then you end up losing it. That's really terrible. So you have to be careful with these things because, money. It's money. That's a real problem. That's an actual problem. If you lose money, that's really an actual problem. Like if you can't pay your mortgage, that is an actual problem, right? So if you can't buy stuff, at the supermarket, that means you can't eat, you can't cook, you can't drink, whatever. Yeah. So it's these things, they're tangible stuff. So they're actual problems.
Yeah.
Okay, what's this? Are you guys familiar with the FIRE movement? What does that mean? It's a lifestyle movement with a goal of gaining financial independence and retiring early. It's basically dedicating up to 70% of income to savings. But I'm not a retire early guy. Like I said, John, like me, I'm not looking forward to like retiring early. If I can work for as long as I can, I would work. I would want to work. I would love to work. Like I'm not dreading work. If it's something that I like to do, it's okay with me. I can work up to 70. My plan is to work up to 70. If I can find it, like now, my job right now, I can do it until 70. I wouldn't feel bad doing it up to 70. I would if my if my body would still allow me to, to work, I would work.
Yeah.
I don't want to just
Yeah.
like, oh, I want to sit pretty and not do anything. I'm not that type of guy. No, I don't want to sit
Yeah.
pretty. Why would I want to? Yeah,
Yeah.
I hate those terms like sitting pretty. Why, that's your goal in life, to sit pretty? That's a very sad goal, right? I mean, just to sit pretty,
You should
it's
sit
very
ugly.
sad.
Yeah, but I mean,
Sit
at the end
ugly.
of the day, I'm sure what Iceman's saying is, he wants to be busy, he wants to be on his toes. Because I mean, I think if you're working and you're part of the workforce, you're constantly evolving and growing. You don't become stagnant. You're learning skills, you're
Nothing
developing
comes for
skills, you have
free.
social,
That's a
you
fact.
have
Nothing comes
sociality
for
with
free. You know
people.
what I'm saying, right?
Nothing comes
Yeah.
for free. But then again, there are instances where, like you mentioned earlier, where
And ugly.
government employee o teacher o engineer o abogado, putya magre-retire na, bulok na Volkswagen pa rin yung kotse. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hold on. It's one of two things, right? It's either this person has been underpaid his whole life, where mas maganda pa yung kotse ng college student sa kotse niya, and he's just gonna die not even knowing how it feels like to drive a brand new car because he's been underpaid and unappreciated in wherever it is that he works at, or he may bisyo siya, or maybe the car is just not a priority. But you see that in the Philippines all the time. You see a lot of people where professional yung tao, right? More than 30 years employed. But you look at their state of, the status of their life, their social, you kind of wonder, okay, hold on. Hindi naman siya mukhang magasto. Hindi naman mukhang maluho. Hindi naman do they have like gold bars in the basement? Like,
they probably have more savings in the bank. Like if you see these people like still driving the old Volkswagen, they probably have more money
savings
in
the bank.
Like probably the money
it.
for the new car, they put it in the bank. But like with you and me, probably like we would think like I'll get a better car because that's comfort for me. I would enjoy it now. Yeah, I mean,
I would get I get it if he's like 50 or 60, but dude, if he's like 70 and he's gonna die in 10 years, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, you see them like with car troubles.
I think my dad used to.
You see a lot of old
so
my
mom
people
doesn't
like
think that way.
I feel bad for them.
Where
Like,
they're
I see an
different,
old couple,
right? Yeah,
they're like the lolo's like scratching his head. 70 na. Tapos, he's like literally like opening the trunk and like and the lolo and lola. And I'm looking at them and they look like they're professionals. They look like, it's either their savings were sucked up by a freaking waldas na relative, or they were taken advantage of something, or like you said, maybe all their money is in the bank and they're waiting for that day where I don't know what it is. Maybe some people just like to know the fact that they have money. Some people are in love with money.
Right.
Now, money, you have to remember, money has no value unless it is spent. Okay? It's paper.
But they don't know that. They don't know that.
I know.
That's the thing.
I know. It's like they're stuck with the feeling of
I have money. I have this, I have this amount in the bank. Right? But yeah. Like for example, like there are some people like, okay, case in point. Before I met this Japanese friend, and he was still, and it was actually a girl. She was still using her, like that flip-flop phone, right?
Yeah.
So that phone, she was paying like $100 a month, about ichiman.
Yeah.
That's like 10,000 yen. She's been paying for that kind of plan with that kind of phone, and I was already using an iPhone 5. And I was like, when are you going to switch to iPhone? She's like, no, that's so expensive. Like, what are you talking about? Like, yeah, I don't want to have an iPhone that's expensive. And I was like, how much do you pay for your phone? Like your plan and whatnot for the phone and the plan. And she was like, oh, I'm paying about 10,000 yen. And I was like, I'm paying 5,000 yen for this phone. Like, really? Yeah, with the internet and the plan. I'm like, why? I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can you just like look at the brochure and find out? Because actually you're paying more. And it still took her years to actually change. So I told her, like, yeah, like some people would be like, why you keep changing your phone every 2 years? I'm like, if I did not change my phone every 2 years, I would pay more. I would actually pay more. So with the thing is, if I, like, for example, this one, if this year I would trade it in, then I would get a new phone, but then I would be paying almost the same amount or lower than what I'm paying now. But then I have to give it up again for the next 2 years so that I can get a new. But then I'm like, why would I keep an old phone? It's technology. They're obsolete after years. Yeah. So it makes sense that to give it up, get a new phone.
Yeah.
So they would trade it in half the price. So they have like campaigns and whatnot. So I would be paying actually 2,000 yen lesser. So it's more of like, because
Yeah.
people don't know and they don't have the information. They think like, oh, I'm saving money because I'm keeping my old
No.
stuff.
No.
It means I'm
Be
saving, but
informed.
actually you're not. Actually, you're
Yeah.
not.
Be
Like with those
informed.
cars, I'm like, no, I'm just like, yeah, I just want money in the bank and blah blah blah. But then you end up spending more with the repairs
That's
because
true.
it keeps on like breaking down.
Breaking down.
But
Yeah. Yeah.
some people don't realize that.
That's
So
true. Plus the
like,
stress. Plus the
plus
stress.
the stress, yeah.
Plus the stress. Like if you okay, here's my thing. If you have a lot of money or you save up a lot of money, but you're still going through life stressed out, something's wrong, right? Money is not the answer for you. All right. You're lacking something else in life. Because I mean, like I said, if you have money and you're still stressed out, something's wrong, right? Because I know people who don't have any money and
Okay.
they're not stressed out,
Okay,
So
we have like
it's
messages coming in.
yeah.
Okay, can we like?
Okay, go ahead. Let's read the messages. Go.
Okay,
Let's
let's
start
go.
with hold on. Let's Patrick, because he wants to clarify the super fund because
Right, okay.
we said something about
Just to
it.
clarify,
He said,
super fund is a mandatory thing here in Australia, like SSS, PhilHealth contributions to the Philippines. The government insure the money that is taken away from you. It is a guarantee that you will receive them when you retire, plus plus the returns of your money. All right, so it's like a sort of a
Okay.
retirement, like contribution, like Social Security. Shinsam. Money can be used to do evil, but can also be used for the promotion of goodwill in the world. It's a choice every human has to decide for themselves how they choose to behave and how they treat their fellow humans. Share love and keep safe, everyone. Well said. Thank you, Shinsam. All right, Joe Boy,
I
ganyan
think I know
din dito sa
Shinsa.
UK. National Insurance ang tawag, SSS, HDMF, PHIC, counterpart sa atin. Aside sa pension, the best thing about is libre ang healthcare talaga. Exactly, healthcare. That's a clincher. That, like what you said,
Yeah.
clincher yung libreng healthcare system talaga. Yeah. Probably it came from the UK system, and Australia just adopted it as well. Minko, so just sharing one of my personal advocacy is democratizing wealth, enabling Filipinos to learn more about finance. I'm not recruiting, nor do I ask for donation or whatever. I teach people basics of trading and investments via Zoom. To be honest, our financial industry is still far away, but it's coming. What Rod said, kanina, about these investments is true. Your investment strategy or portfolio will depend on your risk appetite. And by that, I have to double down on what Rod said. Don't use your pension. Don't use your. Hang on. Your pension.
What about what about your pang-unlipap ice? Pwedeng gamitin yun.
You should use that. I mean, you might get something there, so you better like use it rather than get something like that would probably kill you.
It's a sure investment. That's a sure investment. You're sure investment yun.
That's true though. Stress release, stress reliever.
Yeah.
Anyway, aside from this, there is in fact a law where a private company has to pay an amount multiplied by tenure when a person reaches retirement. The challenge is it's paid out lump sum, and typically we spend so much once we have so much, and eventually we drain it out. All right. John, financial literacy.
Thank you, Minko. Thank you.
Something I wish is taught in schools as early as possible. I'm still learning every day. So Minko is actually giving talks about these things.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Your mom is here.
Minko.
All right.
My mom said before we get to my mom, I would like to give credit to Minko first. I mean, like Minko, you're doing the world a favor. Unfortunately, like you said, we're still far away from it, but I think the younger generation, the younger group, the millennials, the whatever boomers, I think they're ready for that. I think their minds are open, and people are earning different ways, but they don't know how to spend or invest wisely. And your advocacy is actually very much needed. But unfortunately, a lot of people will immediately kind of like, okay, hold on, what's in it for him? But you're saying that you're not charging people for it and whatever. So that's your advocacy. Man, keep it up.
Get in touch with this guy. If you want to listen to his,
get in touch with Minko.
I would vouch for this guy because he's in the business.
I envy people like this. Yeah, and I envy people because he's so young, right? How young is Minko? He's fairly young, right?
I don't know.
He's younger than us.
Yeah,
he's younger than us. Well, younger than you.
Not so much younger. Probably about me, maybe about 5-6 years.
But
should I say?
But so much but financially wiser, right? Okay.
I believe so. All right. Okay. The Queen is in the house. All right.
Okay.
Just for reference,
you read it.
Rod said earlier in the show that he lived like a prince, so that's why I'm calling you the Queen.
I did
because he said he lived like a prince when he was younger. Anyway,
dude, I'll tell you this. Yeah, hold on. Before you read my mom's message, I'll tell you this, just so you people know, and don't think that I live like a prince or whatever. Okay, my mom, I think she was in high school. She already had a car. She was driving already but she was in high school
And then she was
back
a
then,
princess too.
60s,
She was a princess.
50s maybe. Yeah.
A
So my
wealthier
dad told me
princess,
that.
that is.
Yeah, my dad told
All
me
right.
that. Okay, go read my
Okay.
mom.
Money is only a tool for exchange. Okay, remember that. It's only a tool for exchange. It can look like anything, shells, plastic, gold nuggets, etc. It has no value if it can't be used for exchange. Your point in if you keep the money in the bank, it's just paper. It's nothing. You have to spend it. Anyway, even if you have money, if you can't buy food, clothing, shelter, or any human need for it, then it's no use. All right?
Yes,
Great minds think
absolutely,
alike.
absolutely, absolutely.
Now I know where you got
Um,
it. I didn't know you got it.
yeah, that's why we're both broke.
You're your mom. You're not your dad. You're your
No,
mom.
no, no. No, no, no. It's like I'm. You know what? Hey, I love having money, man. You know, I've always been that kind of guy who's like, you know what? I always feel bad. Like I remember my dad sent me money, and it was like 30 something thousand pesos. And this was like what? I was in college. This was a lot of money. So I had that thick money, right? And then I think I went to Oro Gold, and I bought like a Tag Heuer watch. I spent all that money one time, right? And you know what? I felt so bad because my wallet was so thick. I think I was with Jepoy at the time. My wallet was so thick.
Right.
You know,
It's so
and I
thick.
thought,
You spend the
crap.
money.
I
It
spent the money. I was
wants
like, it's so thin. So
yeah,
and
it's so
I'm like,
light
okay,
now.
hold on. That was not a fair exchange. It's like, and then that's when I realized where, you know, I kind of felt better wearing plain clothes or whatever, but you have that wad of cash in your pocket. You know, like you have that confidence about you, where like you see something, you can buy it. Unlike that feeling of it's like buying a brand new car. You know, like how much is a brand new car nowadays, right?
Right.
How much is a brand
May
new car?
angas. May
Down
angas,
payment.
yeah. May
Oh, may
angas.
angas, di ba? How much is the down payment of a brand
Right.
new car? 200,000
Right.
pesos, right?
Well,
Pag
you
down
can
payment
no.
ka, you,
Yeah, 200. Yeah,
how
you could
much? How
even
much
make
is
a
it?
down payment for as low as 50,000. I like
Okay,
some
50,000
30,000.
or whatever,
Whatever. But
right?
yeah, okay,
Yeah,
whatever. Yeah,
yeah.
okay.
So, yeah, pero paglabas mo ng showroom,
May
you're like in debt.
angas.
You're in debt. You're like may angas ka, but you're like crap.
But
I'm gonna
dude,
have to pay for this for 5 years.
if you have the means to pay for it, then that's fine, right? Doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
yeah, yeah. Yun na nga. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. If you pay for it, why not? But like, it still feels better to like walk around the mall with money in your pocket, man. Come on, you walk around the mall,
It
you pass
does, but
by
here's the
Jollibee,
thing.
you're hungry. You're like, yeah, but like my mom said, you have to eventually exchange it for things, right? You
Right,
eventually
exchange
have
it.
to. You can't
Exchange it.
just say, yeah, like you can't just say because some people are just in love with
Okay,
money.
kwarta.
They're in
Right,
love with
palit ng
money.
pagkaon. Ayaw lang.
Di-
Then what's the freaking
No,
use for
ayaw
your
lang.
money if you're not gonna buy food? Right?
Palit ng
What's the
sanina, ayaw
point?
lang. Bay
Bobo
init
lang ta.
kayo, palit ng electric fan, ayaw lang. You know, it's like you're not even spending for comfort,
Dehydrate lang ta.
dude. You know, what are you
Right?
gonna do with the money? Go like this? Diba? It's you know.
Okay,
But anyway,
let's go back to
yeah, go.
Minko. This was according to what you were saying earlier. That's so true. Ha! I have one from Davao. We all know him. Actually, he asked me about it, and eventually he asked me, "What's in it for you?" And to be honest,
I told
I was
you.
surprised. Wala ko balak mang scam. Ha! That's why it's kind of tough to break that financial taboo here in the Philippines. That everything is a scam. All right. So
Yeah.
right, there's nothing in it for him. This is making a talk on how to make these things
Dalawang
or make
klase lang
these
yan ng
decisions.
tao dito.
Yeah.
Two kinds of people.
Mangingilag. What? Mangingilag o ang pailad?
Daylan.
Walang manloloko kung walang
Exactly.
nagpapaloko.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
But
YOLO
this guy's
insurance.
legit. Like if you have questions, you can like look for this guy Minko. Like he's legit. I know him, and I know for a fact he's not a scammer. So don't worry about it. Joe Boy saying YOLO with insurance. Ha ha! You only live once with insurance. Of course, that's why people kind of like don't realize that. Like that's why it's called insurance. Something happens to you. That's when you get it.
Yeah.
Like you're rolling the dice there.
It's basically like it's basically like you don't trust yourself with money, so you let someone else hold on to it for you.
Okay,
Because
here's
you
the thing
know
too.
in 20 years you'll spend it all, you know? So you
Yeah,
kind of like let
that's
somebody
very
else.
true. That's very
That's
true.
basically it.
Because
You don't trust yourself
with
with
the
money.
investment that I have with my insurance, it's more of like, all right, if I live long enough, then I'm insured. Plus, I can get that money
If you
back.
lose your arm,
like,
you
in the
get 1
future.
million, right?
Like, no, I don't want to lose my arm. Screw that. Screw the million. What are you
You get 1
talking about? I
million.
love my arm. I don't care. I don't care about a million. I
Ay,
love
but
my
you
arm.
get that talk.
But
You get
anyway,
that, sir. Pag maputlan kag ulo, sir, naaki 2 million, sir.
I keep the
My
2
wife
million.
will have
I'll
2
keep my
million,
head.
not me. My wife will have 2
So
million, not me.
that's the thing too. Like with those investments, like once something happened to you, like let's say God forbid you die. All right, you die.
Yeah. Yeah.
dude, it's not actually for you. It's for the people that you leave behind. I mean, they have to spend for
Yeah.
your
Yeah.
funeral. They have to spend for your,
Yeah.
freaking kabaong, right? They have to
True. True.
feed
True.
people who come
True.
to your
Well, you're
to
so
the
social.
lamay and
You have
whatnot.
to spend for your freaking kabao. You have to spend for your freaking kabao. Dude, why did you say lungon, man?
All right, lungon. Yeah, bayaran pang
Coffin,
lungon.
dude. Coffin. Casket. Come on.
Yeah, like casket. All right, okay,
Kabao.
coffin, casket. Like, yeah, you have to pay for those things. So here in
Two
Japan,
million for both
it's a
arms.
must. Okay, it's not even like those. Like you can have also those cooperative insurance here. It's also big here in Japan. Like I also have that. So that's when like you can insure yourself for as low as like 2,000 yen a month, and something happens
Yeah.
to you, you get like about um more or less 300 mong, which is $30,000 or whatever. So I think that would like
That's a lot.
sufficiently cover everything,
Yeah.
like you need when you die, and a little bit more
Yeah.
for the people that you left behind if you're like old. But then you can get
Yeah.
more insurance from that type of, I mean, like you can have that's like a sort of like a co-op thing. And
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
then, like if not a lot of people die that year, you can get some of those money back, like because they compute it, like how cooperative works. Like they
Yeah. Yeah.
always have like these
Co-op.
financial
Yeah.
reports and whatnot,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
oh, not a lot of people died this year, so we can get some of the money back.
Yeah.
Like we got some money back this year, so yeah. So we
Yeah.
have that, and we have those other like insurance from like like an insurance company. Okay, let's go to Jong's message again. Hang on. Okay, Patrick. Okay, let's go back to Mingo. Early 30s. Are you kidding me? You're in your mid 30s probably. See, with that smile, I don't trust you. You're not in your early 30s. What are you talking
No.
about? All right,
Mid
I just
thirties. Mid
learned
thirties.
finance from work, Swiss banking company. There you go.
Yeah.
Patrick,
The Swiss
insurance.
know about a lot about money.
Yeah, of course, right? These
Yes.
people.
That's all about. It's all. Yeah. They set the
All
standard.
right. Okay,
Insurance
Patrick.
mentality. Yeah.
Is
Read it.
unfortunately still not mainstream in the Philippines. Yes, it is still not. I would right, but Rod and Bags they have.
I noticed with insurance, it's no longer really about the selling point. Is no longer the insurance. It's more like the insurance is just a bonus. It's like, oh, you get health insurance, but it's really mostly about the investment aspect of it. Like when they present it to you, it's like, here, sir, you pay this 20,000 a year. By the time 20 years or 100,000 a year, by in 20 years, you can already claim this. Or in 5 years, pwede nyo na pong kunin yung ganito. So you're like, because when you think about insurance, it's like I don't want to like pay for something that hasn't happened
right
yet.
now. That's what I have right now. Same thing.
Yeah, so it's partly it's really more of the investment. The insurance is just like the add-on to get you on board.
Yes.
It's
yes,
not.
That's what I have.
Diba?
That's what I have.
Right,
Same,
right.
Same.
It's no longer
that's
like
what you have
okay,
right
I gotta
now.
get myself insurance.
Is that what you have right
Yeah, that's
now?
what I have right now. That's what I have right now. That's my wife has.
They have
so
it's two policies for that. All right. Okay. John's saying like 2 million for both arms. I'm rich. Good luck. Good luck with that.
Yeah, but you're pungkol. You can't play the guitar, dude.
I will.
How you gonna spend you can't go like
right.
this.
I want to keep
like
my
this.
arms. I don't care about 2 million. You can keep it 2 million. I'm fine. I'm fine. All right. Minko, here's a tip. All right. See, free tips. He doesn't want anything. He just wants to give free tips.
Yeah.
All right. Agree with Tita. Money at the end is and should be exchanged. We call that liquidity. And if a certain money or financial instrument is very liquid, maliit lang interest. Example, savings account is versus time deposit. So understanding investment is also understanding your regular liquidity requirement. Liquidate on Bitcoin according to CJ. Buy and sell PC parts. Just don't be a scalper. Ha 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 ha.
I don't know if we should take financial advice from a 16-year-old, but hey, what the heck, right? They see the world differently.
Right.
Okay, let me ask you, Ice.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up soon. It's almost 2 hours. Right?
I just want to know: is gold? Minko, is gold a good investment? Because I'm not a jewelry guy, obviously. But is it because we're supposed to be
what,
based
are we
on
talking about
standard,
gold bars
right?
here, or are we talking about
No. Like
just
gold
jewelry?
in general. Like gold in general, like nuggets. Like for example,
you have
okay, let me ask you. Okay, for example, you have like 500
gold, and
like
probably,
you,
yeah.
like let's say you have 500,000 pesos or 1 million or however much, okay, and you're contemplating on either putting it in gold, putting it in Bitcoin, or putting it in the bank, or putting it in insurance.
But I agree with Patrick when it comes to Bitcoin. I think it's quite volatile. So like, I'm still skeptic. I'm a skeptic.
And for me, I think that can be manipulated. I mean, anything that does not have like a gold backing, for me, I think it can be manipulated. But then
It's
again,
like
it's up
play
to
money.
you.
It's like they're just making it up.
It's
That's how it is. Like
anything
I've
that says like
Google Bill Maher on these things, and like he makes a really good
yeah.
point. But
I
all right,
mean,
okay, so yeah,
that's my
Minko, we're
take on
like
it.
asking. Rod is asking about
Yeah.
gold, but I think if you're talking about volumes and volumes of gold, then I think that should be a really good investment. That's raw dollars are not
Dollars
backed by
are
gold. Really?
okay. So
Isn't it backed
the-
by
well,
gold?
see,
Federal
dollar was
government, I think
removed
they
from
have
the
like
gold standard decades ago. Even CJ
really.
knows. We don't know,
Holy
dude. We're
crap!
behind.
Holy shit! Really?
So they just print dollars for the heck of it. Okay, we need more money.
I don't
Print
think that's
more.
legal. I don't think that's legal. Like, well, can you do that?
I
Can
mean,
you do
what
that?
is
Can you
it
just like
backed
print
on?
money? Yeah, what is it
Doesn't it
backed on?
say? Doesn't it say on the dollar bill like this note is backed by the Treasury of the United States of America or something? There's no more money backed by gold. So what the heck's going on here? So anybody can just like print extra money if they need it?
This
Like
money is
that would
backed
like
by
destroy.
bullshit. Okay, hang on. So, Amigo, there's no more money backed by
It's
gold.
backed by
What is
promises.
this backed
It's
on?
backed by
Like bullshit?
promises. It's
It's
backed
just
by
backed by
promises.
promises. The better
May pera
bullshitter you
palagi
are,
tayo,
the
meron
more
pa
money
yan.
you can print. They
Yeah,
can do that. It's
most
backed by the
currencies are
U.S. government
floating.
because they can. Most currencies are floating currencies now. Really?
Okay,
So that
hold
means
on.
what?
Okay, hold
Like,
on.
can
Hold
we
on.
just print money? Let's just print money and give
No,
it to
hold
all the
on.
people. Right.
So if money or most money or currency, if they're not backed up by gold, right? So is gold worthless now?
I have no
Because I
idea.
mean, it goes vice
I'm not a
versa.
financial
It's
guru.
vice
Don't ask me.
versa.
All right,
Diba?
Minko.
But let me think about it. It's vice versa, right?
Yes.
If the money does not have any dependence on the gold anymore, so what's the value of gold? Like
I know.
Like-
What's the value of gold now?
because it's no longer like the term gold standard. Like it's no longer a
That's
standard.
true.
It's just a rare precious metal. Or maybe it's just a rare metal. Probably not even precious.
Okay,
anymore.
Mingo's saying that is where regulations come in. Government, central banks, and all.
Yeah, I know, but who controls how much
confused.
money's printed?
I know. Like if I'm the chairman of the central bank and I just say like, all right, let's just print money. I feel like printing
Secretly,
a lot of money
like
today.
secretly,
Let's just
like secretly.
print a lot of
Yeah,
money.
like
Would that
let's
be
not
okay?
let the World Bank know. Like let's have extra money. Like like I mean, come on, right? What's to stop them? We're just thinking.
I know, right?
I think some
It's so
currencies are backed
complicated.
by US. I mean, what's ringgit backed up by? Curry? I mean, what the heck?
I think some currencies are
Jeez.
backed on US dollars itself. Okay, no, gold has a value, will always have a value. It's a commodity. It has so many uses. Diyan nakukuha yung value ni gold.
Okay.
We're still confused.
What's more
Minko.
valuable, gold or oil? In terms of usefulness, right? I think the world can run without gold. I don't think the world can run without oil. Gold is obviously more expensive per se in terms of weight and volume and whatever, but I'm just saying it's like in terms of if you're just gonna base it on its value as
right.
it's useful.
Okay, Minko's saying this guy is Tagalog, right? So he basically like
you can't print money lagi.
most of his years in Manila. So no, you can't print money lagi. It's not lagi.
Oh,
He's not Bisaya. He's Tagalog now. So he would be like, you can't print money lagi, else you will have hyperinflation. Kung Bisaya,
Okay,
no,
all right.
you can't print money lagi, else you. Which one was it, Minko? Lagi or lagi?
I read it Bisaya.
I know, but no, but I could be
no,
wrong.
our internet,
though.
our internet is laggy. Our internet is laggy.
You can't print money lagi.
Oh,
Is it
I know,
lagi or
Minko.
lagi?
I get your point, Minko. I get your point. Based on the fact that people always act on honesty, like that's their foundation. But what if, let's say, like what I said, like what if, like the head of the bank, whatever, just says, let's just print money. Let's not let the people know about it. How would people know? Like would printing like an extra $100,000?
I think that's where people who were not born yesterday comes in. I think people would know about it.
No. Money. I think that's why we're not bankers comes in.
Yeah, because we're just like stupid people.
We can't be
planning,
trusted.
scheming, like stupid stuff, like printing a lot of money and cause
Can you imagine if you were the double check? Like you were the guy who's like double checks on me. We'd be like, wait.
Pwede na. Okay.
Porsche. John, Porsche.
Yeah, phantom na.
Maserati. Hey, we walk out of the bank. We walk out of the bank vault, and like we have all these like money. We're hiding it in our shirts.
Also, printing money is expensive itself, especially for complicated bills. CJ again, gold is indeed in electronics, cars. Silver would be better. Would be a better investment, but that's what pawn stars would say. Minko, you can't because there's a lot of regulations. There's other metrics that make sure this is in place: inflation, GDP, consumer index. Just one part actually of the whole formula. See, Rod, this is too complicated for us. You know these big words: inflation, GDP, consumer index, etc. The only thing I
know.
got there was etc. I'm
I'm just
familiar with
saying,
etc.
assuming you print money with worldwide knowledge that you are printing extra money. We're talking about like, what if like these like just like small group of people in that particular like central bank or something, like just like in cahoots, just print
Right.
extra money just to
I'll
buy a
just buy cahoots,
Maserati or
right?
something.
I'll buy
How would people
Maserati with
know?
this money, right?
Would that create inflation? That would screw the freaking balance of your
Right. See,
money
here's the thing.
around the world.
Okay, before we go, have you seen the movie yesterday? Have you seen that movie?
Beatles, the Beatles one. You
Yeah,
know
yeah,
what?
yesterday.
No, no. But dude, they never showed it on Netflix. I want to watch it so bad.
It's on
Just when I saw
Netflix.
the
What are you
trailer
talking about? It's on Netflix. It is on
right now.
Netflix now. Yeah,
No, no, we're in
it's
the
on Netflix
Philippines.
in
I'm in the
Japan.
Philippines. I'm not in Japan. No, let me check. Let me check because I
Please
have
check it because
Netflix.
if it
And
is,
dude, it better be because I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna stay up
because
late
this is
tonight to watch
related
that.
to our topic. This is related to our topic. I can't wait. Like, oh, you haven't seen it?
I
Because
saw the trailer with my son in the movie house before, and we're like, we can't wait to see it. Roger and I were gonna watch it, and then like they never showed it. Like, what the heck?
can you
Yeah,
check
the
it if it's
Beatles
there?
one
Yesterday,
yesterday.
is it available?
Oh crap! It is. Oh
It
my
is,
god! It
right?
is on Netflix.
I watched it last night. So
Oh
it's
no, no,
actually
it's
still
coming.
related.
It's no. It's coming on Friday. It's coming on
No, it's
Friday.
already it's already it's
Oh,
already here in Japan. So here's the thing. Here's the thing. Um, no,
I'm
I
gonna
can't.
watch
You know,
this.
I can't. But anyway, all right. Let's okay. Let's have this talk for like when is it coming? Next Friday?
Well, yeah, it
Next
said
Friday?
coming Friday, so it's already
Coming Friday.
like
So next
what,
Friday. All
Saturday?
right. So all right. Okay. So next Friday. Next Saturday we'll talk about it because it involves money. But so I can't. Like yeah. Practically I can't. I just can't. Yeah. No. The conversation's not. Yeah. It's not going there. Like no. Let's just talk
Yeah.
about it Saturday.
Okay.
All right. It would be
So,
involving money.
anyways,
And
all right.
what
So,
would you have done
closing
if you were
remarks.
in his place?
Closing
All right.
remarks.
Okay. Okay. Let's
Yeah.
just get this out of the way. By the way, Bitcoin is real. Ideally, it is like gold, a store of value. All right. I'm still a skeptic. I yeah. I know you're a legit guy, but Bitcoin. I still can't see it, so I still don't.
Yeah,
If I
it's
can't
not for
hold
me.
it, that's nothing.
It's not for
Yeah.
me.
All right.
It's
Okay.
not for
So
me.
wrapping it up, money it's important, but like I said, I'm not the type who wants to have a lot of money, at one time and just like sit pretty for the rest of his life. No, I'm not that type of person. Like I said, if I can work up till I'm 70, I would gladly do that, and I don't want to be broke too, but then money is just a tool, and for exchange, like what Rod said, and Rod's mom said, and
And
what
you've been broke. You've been
Minko was
broke,
like
right? You
saying.
know how it feels like. You know how it feels like to
Yeah,
see people
yeah,
get what they
yeah,
want and you not being able to afford
yeah,
it. You know how it
yeah,
feels like. You don't want to go back
yeah.
there, right? You don't want to go back there.
Yes, yes, truly. So
Because
it's more of like
you're
I
some
want to use it as a tool to
yeah.
be able to
Yeah.
survive and to live from day to day, and that's basically it.
And
It's
you're
money
not
can be
as
very useful.
resilient as your dad, right? You don't have the confidence of your dad. We're like, oh, walang pera, kaya yan. I don't think you're that strong, right? You
Um,
probably
if I'm
want
by
to be more
myself,
sure.
I'm
You can be
probably okay. But now that I have a kid, I don't think I can be like that
okay.
because I can afford not to
Yeah,
wear comfortable shoes, but I can't stand it if my daughter can't wear
you're a kid.
comfortable
Yeah,
shoes and she
well
starts
said. Well
running or
said.
whatever. Like
You're
I
a good
can't I
parent.
can't take that. So yeah,
You're a
basically
good
it's just a
dad.
tool for me. Like money
Yeah.
is a tool for me, to survive on a daily basis. All right, that's basically it. All right, yeah,
Yeah.
your words, Rod.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's the same thing. I mean, like I said, it's like money has no value unless it is spent. At the end of the day, don't forget, like I said, if you have a lot of money but you're stressed out, if you have a lot of money but you have poor relationship with your family, if you have a lot of money but you are constantly, in a bad mood, or you're just not, money is not the answer. I mean, Jim Carrey made that statement, and he always wanted money. He was a struggling actor comedian. Then he became one of the highest paid, if not the highest paid Hollywood actors. And then he was sitting in his porch one time and he just said to himself, money is not the answer. And, money for me, I think first and foremost should bring comfort. If it brings you comfort, then, you should work to continue to be in that state of being where you have comfort, you can bring comfort to your family, you can provide for your family, but never be greedy enough where you have to step on other people's toes, where you have to deceive people, where you have to, and don't have dreams of grandeur. Don't, if if you're an infant and you try to walk, you don't run, you stumble, you fall, you hurt yourself, right? You walk, you take baby steps. Then maybe once you've mastered walking, you can run. Same thing with money. You can't go from 0 to 100 miles per hour and expect, the first driving experience to be safe. No, you are going to hit a tree, you will hit a pole, you will get an accident, you will die. All right. So the bottom line here is dream of comfort, dream of the good things that money can bring to your life, but don't expect that once you have money, you can buy your way to happiness. You can't. All right. The saddest homes I've been in are the biggest ones. The saddest, most quiet, most like Mingaw subdivisions are the ones with the rich people living. The most families that don't have good relationships are the ones that have too much money because they kind of don't need each other anymore because they think they have money. They can buy happiness. No, there are still few things in this world that money cannot buy. Remember that. There are still things in this world that money cannot buy. And that's one of them is friendship. Another one is love. Another one is respect. All right. So if those things are important to you, the bottom line is money is there to bring you comfort. And if you have an excess of it, then it doesn't mean you have to go out and go crazy. But if it brings you happiness, that's the bottom line. I think you should be happy. That's the main thing. Yeah, like what Patrick said. My background, me now. You want to see the real background? Right there.
In the world. Hi, Raj.
You want to see chaos?
I saw Raj waving right behind the piano.
I know.
Right behind the piano, Raj was waving. All right. Hi, Raj.
I don't even have a relationship with my son. Yeah, that's the bottom line.
Because he keeps on hiding behind the piano.
Like what I said.
That's what's happening. Right. Okay.
You want to learn?
Raj, wait. Like your helmet is like it's still on the way. I have no idea what's holding it up, but I keep on asking your Tita Reese, and she keeps on saying like, yeah, because she also ordered some stuff too. And she was like, I haven't had my order yet, so yeah, it's coming. Just wait for it. I'm like, all right.
It's okay. Right. I have a helmet here you can use. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Because I'm pretty sure like the tule is already.
So bottom line is, guys,
healed. Yeah, is the tule healed?
Oh yeah. He rode the bike already. We rode the bike already like a couple of days ago.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Of course, his balls fell off. His balls fell off after, but it's fine. Other than that, it's fine.
Yeah, balls fell off. Wag mo apakan.
He has like one ball now.
Tamaki, mabuak. All right. Okay. All right, folks. We'll. Damn, I miss Pinky. It's been like what 2 weeks? She's missing in action. But she said something about she'll be busy with.
She has money, my friend. She has money.
I know.
She doesn't need it. She has money.
Anyway, we had a good show though. So all right, but then I just missed Pinky. So yeah, probably next week.
Thank you.
But yeah, join us on Monday.
And just to reiterate, all right, our opinions are our opinions. We are in no way experts about money. All this talk about Bitcoin and this like investment stuff. We're not saying anything like it's a scam, whatever. Do what you want to do with your money. It's your money at the end of the day, but. It's just not for us. There are things that Iceman and I agree on when it comes to where we put our money in, and it doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. If you want a legit, financial background, then it's Minko, not us. All right. Ask Minko.
So Monday,
blame him.
Yeah, blame him if you lose money. Okay, Monday we go back to the original time slot, 8 p.m. Is it okay if we go back to 8 p.m. Philippines? I'm gonna start work.
Sure. So we're 8 to we end earlier. So we end earlier, right? So 8 to 10.
Yeah. So 8 to 10. Right. So it's 8
I don't even mind doing like an hour or
like
a show for an hour. That's fine.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So all right. So we'll see you Monday. Right. Do you have anything on Monday? Like you wanna announce it now?
Hold on. I do have my list. So we did that one, which is about like we were talking about some here. It's like I have one that's like cravings, and I have one that's like what is the most influential to you in terms of like what's the most influential to you, like in your decision making, in your mindset.
That's kind of serious, but it's Monday, so let's go for cravings.
It is serious.
Cravings.
It is serious. So let's go with cravings. Yeah, the influential one is serious. So cravings. Yeah, cravings.
You lived in America. You lived in Germany and other places. You might have cravings that you can only get in America.
Good point.
And not. Good point. Yeah. So me, like I have Joe Boy. Patrick, like they now live in different countries, or even Minko, who's originally from Davao but now is based in Manila. So we can talk about all these things that we crave for, or even if you crave it and like you crave for it, but then it's not the season. What is it? So we're gonna talk about cravings, and it doesn't necessarily mean just food. It can be anything.
Not just food. It
can be like the one pop, two pop, only pop. It's like whatever. If you get my drift.
You crave that? Okay, but if CJ says if it's puberty, I'm in.
Something I haven't done.
CJ said if it's puberty, I'm in. Okay, CJ, promise. Maybe Thursday or something. We'll talk about puberty, like our experiences as boys becoming men.
We can probably talk about that on Thursday.
Yeah, that will be fun on Thursday. Yeah. Oh, he said I'll be tuning in on Monday. Yes, Patrick, would love to hear your take on cravings.
That's the date. All right, so thanks a lot for joining us. Everybody who like you contributed to the talk and your ideas. Jong, I think we have like one of our classmates died. One of our batchmates died like a few days ago. Sarah Jane. I forgot her last name, and she was still single, but I know I recognize her. I think she was my classmate in first year. I think she was St. Maria Gorey.
Illness?
And she was like, I think so. Hypoclimb
condolences to the family.
Nantoka. Right? Yeah. So condolences to Sarah Jane's family. Anyway, thanks a lot for joining us. It has been good to hang out with you guys. This has been the OK Show. My name is Iceman.
Rod Rodriguez.
And good night. We are out.